Hey everyone, if you've been looking to take control of your health, then I want to tell you about Life Med Institute. They focus on things like hormone optimization, genetic testing, weight loss, longevity, and overall health and wellness. Not just treating symptoms, but helping you actually feel and perform better. What I like is their personalized approach. They actually take the time to understand your body and build a plan around you. You can find Life Med Institute in Rehoboth Beach, Timonium, Columbia, Bel Air, and Westchester. If you're ready to start feeling better and performing at your best, then check them out and take the time to invest in yourself. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Boom. Matt Jones, a.k.a. Jonesy. Welcome to the show, dude.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
We've been working on this one for a while, trying to. It's like
going back and forth.
Mostly me, but I finally got you on here. Quick background for everyone: Army, Maryland Army National Guard, deployments to Afghanistan, Iraq, 22 years with the sheriff's office.
23
years with the sheriff's office, which you and I met on the Marshals Task Force. So I worked the last few years with you. Mm-hmm. You're still out and about doing your thing in some other areas that we won't talk about because you're still out there. But man. Where are you from originally? You're from Maryland, right? From Wycomico?
Yeah, so on Willards, Maryland,
Yeah.
which is Wycomico County. It's like I guess it would be the eastmost part of the county.
Yeah.
Closer to like Whaleyville.
Yeah.
Right, like almost right up on the line. Yeah, I grew up there. I lived in Willards from birth until 2008 when I bought my first house.
Yeah.
So I lived in the house I grew up in from the time of birth until probably about 16. My dad and my mom raised me there. My dad and my mom got divorced. My dad kept the house. My dad remarried when I turned around 16. He kept the house, rented the house out, and then we moved in with my stepmom.
Yeah.
She had a bigger house. I have two stepsisters.
Oh, okay.
So we moved everybody over there. I have a brother and two stepsisters. Moved everybody there, and then I joined the National Guard.
Right out of high school?
I was still in high school. I did a delayed entry program. Yeah. So once I graduated high school and I got out of basic and AIT and stuff like that, I wanted to live in my dad's old house, right? So the house I grew up in. Yeah. So I ended up renting it from my dad. I guess I was 18 or 19, renting that from him, just basically paying a mortgage.
Yeah.
And then had a couple roommates. My brother moved in with me a couple years later. Had a roommate for a while. And then 9/11 happened.
I was going to say, was police work pre or post your first deployment?
Pre. So yeah, so I went to the academy in 2000.
Okay.
Yep. So basically the house I lived in, I guess, from up until 2008, got married. We stayed there for a while. And then when I got back from Iraq in 2008, saved up some money, right?
Yeah.
Tax-free money.
Yeah.
And we bought our first house. So, my dad moved back to that house.
Okay.
So, empty nester.
Yeah, right.
He lives in it currently, remodeled it, made it a little bit bigger and nicer and stuff like that. But yeah, it's still there, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I still spend most of my time, around there too.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So go to the academy in 2000.
Yeah.
So
really, one kind of cool story is I knew from fifth grade that I wanted to go in the Army and I wanted to be a cop.
Yeah,
right?
Those are the two things you wanted.
Yeah, my uncle was in the Army. I thought it was cool as heck. He would send us the old style MREs.
Oh yeah.
He would send us all kinds of different stuff. Some cool pictures.
Was he full-time Army?
Yeah,
full-time?
He was I think it was 4th ID Infantry. I think.
Okay.
He was stationed out of Colorado.
Yeah.
So I think it's 4th ID that was out there. So like, seeing the pictures of that, and it was like, back in the 80s. So the old BDUs with the old steel pot helmets, pretty cool stuff. So like I got the bug for that for whatever reason. And then growing up watching like, freaking Delta Force and all that stuff,
Navy SEALs with Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, and all that good stuff, So, yeah, man, yeah. And in 5th grade, we had like career day, and a Maryland State trooper came in and he talked about law enforcement. And I mean, he really did a good job, like a talk about what law enforcement was, not necessarily what it was like to be a trooper, but just law enforcement in general, how you help people and stuff like that. I was like, man, that sounds pretty cool.
Did you apply MSP at all?
I tried out for the cadet program, and I can't remember. It was 3 of us from our high school.
Yeah.
We tried out, but man, there was like thousands.
Oh, I'm sure, dude.
There was thousands of people that was trying out, and being on the Eastern Shore, there's not a lot of spots that come available.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was skinny and scrawny then. Like, I think when it came to the pull-ups, I maybe did one.
They're like, this kid ain't got it. Right.
Yeah, and I knew when it said how many pulls we had to do. I was like, this is. I probably should have done my homework.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so in 5th grade, I was like, hey, I come home and I'm like, hey, I want to go in the Army and I want to be a cop. So doing a little bit of research, back then or whatever, just basically talking to people, and found out that the Army has MPs, right? And I learned that mostly from TV and the movies.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, dude, I want to be an Army cop then, right?
Yeah.
So fast forward a couple years, high school time frame, and they had something at the Civic Center for like a college night.
Yeah.
And I knew college wasn't for me.
Yeah. Me either.
Kind of, grew up, separated family a little bit, made by, but we weren't well off or anything. So I was like, if I go to college, I'm going to have to pay for it. And I don't know how I'm going to pay for it. So I was like, Army's for me. So we go around and I want to talk to recruiters, right? And I was closed-minded. I wanted to go Army because my uncle's Army. Yeah. I didn't even think about any other branches.
Yeah, it was Army or bust.
Yep. I didn't even talk to anybody. I wish I did, now knowing more about different branches, but, so I went straight to the Army recruiter. I was like, hey, I want to be an MP. They're like, cool, glad to have you. It's an 8-year commitment. And I was like, oh, crap.
Oh, is it really for MP it is?
Well, back then it was 8 years. You signed up for the military, you did 8 years.
Okay.
And you could do it depending on what job you wanted.
Yeah.
You could do for an MP, it was 5 years of active full time.
This is what, like 98 or something?
This is
97.
So this would be 90. No, this would have been 95, 96.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I joined in 96.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was probably had to be early 95.
Yeah,
in every
ways.
Yeah. And so they're just like, hey, you have to, it's an 8-year commitment. I was like, oh, crap, what if I don't like it for 8 years, right? Yeah. And they're like, well, it's 5 years active and then 3 years inactive reserve. So you do your 5 years active, you get out, but you're still on this inactive reserve list and stuff pops off, they can call you back, right? So I'm like, man, I don't know about this. Like, what if I don't like it for 5 years? I don't know how many years I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, can I do it part-time?
Right. But, and I had the girlfriend at my time was my high school sweetheart. Yeah. And she's like, I don't know if I could I don't know if I could wait for you for 5 years. I'm like, well, I'm not going to be gone for full 5 years.
Yeah, right,
I'm like, whatever, right? That wasn't a big decision in it anyway, but I'm like, man, I don't know. Well, my dad knew the National Guard recruiter. He had worked with him several years prior, and it was like, hey, look, I know him. He's not going to lie. He's not going to lie to us, right? Because there's a big stigma about recruiters lying. So we go talk to him. I think he was E7 at the time, Sergeant First Class, Robert Jones.
Yeah.
Still local guy around the area. Think he lived in Salisbury at the time.
Oh, okay.
But he was the National Guard recruiter, and there was another guy, Jeff France. He might have been an E4, E5 at the time, so a specialist or a sergeant. I can't remember. But I get talking to them, tell them like, hey, look, I want to go to the Army. I want to be a cop. Well, Jeff France is a Wycomico County deputy. And he's like, hey, man, you want to be a cop? well, do this, go into the guard 1 week in a month, 2 weeks out of a year.
Yeah.
Get your foot in the door. Come do some ride-alongs with me. See if if Wacomico is for you, type thing. Is law enforcement for you? He goes, you're not 18, so you can't do a true ride-along, but I can take you off duty. We can drive around and I can show you some stuff, whatever. And we're not going to stop cars, do anything crazy or anything like that, but at least it'll get you your foot in the door.
It's like be out there riding around. Stuff.
Right. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm like, dude, I like these guys. Like, these guys sold me. So joined up November 21st of 1996, signed a dotted line, went up to MEPS, swore in. My parents had to do the signature because I was delayed entry. I was 17 at the time. Yeah. I was still in high school. I was a senior in high school. And pushed off basic because of delayed entry until September of 97.
Oh, yeah. So you graduated and you had your summer still.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I graduated in 97. I worked, I believe I was working at Napa in Berlin at the time.
Yeah.
And then I was just I was running a lot in the summertime, just trying to get ready, still being in contact with Jeff Rance. Did a couple of ride-alongs with him. He was kind of preparing me of like, hey, this is what you got. And what the cool thing was, so I joined in November. Sometime, I would say January, February, I got to drill my National Guard unit.
Oh, cool, yeah.
So,
I got all those guys and stuff.
Yeah, I got a heads up, right? So, great bunch of guys. Took me underneath the wing. First sergeant was great. They put me in a platoon. I was just I was signed up as a private, so I was technically, I belonged to the Army. I just couldn't really do a whole lot because I hadn't been to basic yet. And took me underneath the wing. They showed me how to shoot. They showed me how to wear the uniform. So when I got to basic, I wasn't shell shocked, oh shit.
Yeah, you were ahead of it a little bit.
Yeah, and I was helping other guys out doing stuff, whatever. So I tell a lot of people through meeting Jeff Rance all the way up to now, information he gave me, guidance he gave me has helped me through not only my military, but my law enforcement career. So shout out to Jeff Rance.
There you go.
Good dude.
Nice, man. So then what year did you join 2000? You went to the sheriff's office?
Yeah. So another Jeff Rance story. Yeah. He was like, hey man, we're hiring dispatchers at Wacomico.
Oh, okay.
I was like, man, I don't want to be no dispatcher. He's like, dude, foot in the door.
Yeah.
You get some knowledge or whatever. And then when a position's open up, they like to hire within.
Yeah.
You've already a county employee. They're going to know you. I was like, all right, cool. So I applied. I didn't get it the first time, but they hired someone that had dispatch experience.
Yeah.
Got it the second time. So they posted I think another 6 months later, whatever posted. And actually did both interviews was with Hunter Nelms. He was the sheriff at the time.
Then, yeah.
Yep. And when I came back to
that dude was sheriff forever, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Decades.
Yep. He was a good dude, good guy. Law enforcement wise, policing wise, he was still kind of like Andy Griffin,
yeah.
Big on community policing, he
small town guy,
right?
Yeah.
He didn't want you out there writing a bunch of tickets because he didn't want to piss off anybody or something like that. But
he wanted to get elected.
He wanted, right. He wanted to get elected. He wanted you out in the county.
Yeah.
He said, state roads, let the state troopers handle the state roads.
Yeah.
Stay out of the city, let the city handle the city. Let's worry about the county. The county pays us. Let's worry about the county.
Yeah.
Great guy though. Thanksgiving and Christmas, he would come into the office to those that are working and bring food to us.
Oh, cool, man.
He was big on that.
How big was the sheriff's office at that point? Because I know you guys are up over 100 now.
Yeah, not very big, man. It was probably
50 or something? Like half the size
maybe
now?
60, 70, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. The shifts were 5 people.
Okay.
And that's including the sergeant and corporal.
Yeah.
So,
so probably around 50 or something.
yeah. And then after I got hired in all that, worked about 6 months, and then
With dispatch?
yeah. Yep. Learned a lot. Learned how the radio goes, listening to the calls for service, dealing with the public just over the phone. We used to have to enter in some of the reports into the CAD system.
Yeah.
It was old green screen
Old school.
CAD. Yeah. But I learned like what a good police report look like, what a bad police report look like, you know, what
What
a police
dispatchers need when you're out there.
yeah, you know, like critical information,
Yeah.
you know, decision making skills and all that good stuff. So, and I was only like 19 or 20 at that time.
Yeah.
And but I was loving every minute of it, man. I was like try to hang out with the guys as much as
Yeah.
possible.
Does the sheriff's office run the jail too?
They do not. No.
Okay, that's
So
what I
the
was thinking,
detention
yeah.
center is separate.
All right.
Yep. No, they do not. They go over and help them out.
Yeah.
And vice versa. The detention center would help us out back then. Not so much now, just because the roles have changed a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I got a position open up. They were doing a big hire for this drill academy program. So at the time, they were kicking around like a juvenile delinquent boot camp style, I guess reform or, you know, detention type thing, where they would basically have the sheriff's office would be running it like a basic training type thing. And then they would have classes there for school, and then they had the social workers, but everything would be right there in-house, right? So like try to teach, and it was only for boys, that I, if I can remember correctly, because of the way the facility was run, they didn't have like a section for the females. But it was more like kind of like teach them discipline, right?
Yeah.
You know, kind of like how they got some other juvenile boot camps out there, but so they were hiring. They hired like 13 of us, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was a big hire, and then out of the 13, 12 of us graduated, and then we got on the road. There were so many of us, they didn't have enough field trainers.
Oh shit.
So they did this one thing, and I think all departments should do this really, is like they assign a group, like 5 or 6 of us to the group for the road patrol, right? Because they had 5 shifts, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, A through E. And then the rest of us, they had to stick us other places. So they
Like
stick
courts and stuff.
right. So
Yeah.
so you did like this round robin thing. So you did like the sheriff's office did patrol, courts, civil, CID, schools.
Yeah.
We had a small school resource program. Dispatch. I didn't have to do dispatch because I was already dispatch certified or whatever.
Yeah, so you got a little taste of everything.
Yeah. I don't know if we did property or in quartermaster, because at that time civilians were running that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of cool. We get to see that stuff.
Yeah.
Learned very, very young that I did not want to be in schools. Schools
Yeah.
was not for me. Like,
Nah,
I didn't want to
wanna-
be a school.
I did
resource
like
officer.
one day when I was on the job, when I was on patrol, I did one day in schools like to fill in because
Right.
they needed like help with something. I was like, I'll do it. It's overtime.
Yeah.
Worst day of my life. Yeah. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible, dude.
Yeah, I just didn't want to deal with the school attitude,
No, dude,
the
it's
kid
awful.
attitude, and just
Yeah.
being stuck in a building all day long. I
No.
was like, man, this is not for me.
I couldn't
was,
deal with the kids.
I was young. I want to be out there, enforcing traffic, enforcing the laws. Like I didn't
Yeah.
want to be stuck in a school.
No.
I need a babysitter. So.
No. So you started out patrol. How was patrol starting out?
Patrol was good. So we had like 5 shifts, our squads, however you want to say it. We worked 3 different rotational shifts. So a day shift, a lates, and a midnights. So when I first started, days were 7 to 5, lates were 3P to 1A, and then midnights were 11:30P to 7:30P. So you had overlaps,
Yeah.
right? And you worked, your day shift was 5 days on, 3 days off. Then you rotated to lates, 5 days on, 3 days off, 10-hour days. And then you worked midnights, 5 days on, 8-hour shift, 4 days off. But so when you're going from late to midnights, your third day off is really not a day off because you got to go to sleep at some point
sleeping.
to get ready for midnights.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bad. The only bad thing about it is depending on how it rotated through the month,
Yeah.
you might only get one weekend off. But I mean, you could get a lot of stuff done in those 5 days or 4 days off because it's really like 5 days off. So if I got off at 7:30 this morning, I had the rest of today, then I have 4 days.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could take mini vacations if
Yeah.
you just plan it out correctly.
Yeah. What was you did a lot of special units? What was first? Was it SWAT or K9?
K9.
K9 was first.
Yeah. So I did. Trying to think. 2005, I think I got K9.
Yeah.
So beforehand, I would a good friend of mine, JC Richardson. I was on his shift. He was a K9 handler, and
Yeah.
I fell in love with K9 right from then, just working with him or whatever.
Yeah.
So I would go to K9 training, just to help out, whatever, and then
I mean, that's how you get in. You got to
Yeah.
go in and put the work in for
Right.
guys to get to know you.
because I mean, spots don't come up very
No.
often,
No.
and they were, for whatever reason, I think we got some kind of grant or something like that. We were getting two K9s, so I put in for it. I got in it.
How many did you guys have? 4? I mean,
at that time,
or 2 then, I guess.
I think it was 4. I think we went up to 6.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you guys had
one.
6.
JC had one. Alessandrini had one. Matt. I can't think of Matt's last name right
Yeah.
now. Matt had one.
So you guys had quite a few.
I think we had either 4 or 5
Yeah.
at a time, and then we're getting 2 more. So I think 6 or 7
Yeah.
is what we got up to. And at that time, all patrol,
Yeah.
narcotics. So
Okay.
they were dual purpose dogs.
Yeah.
Went to Pennsylvania for 2 weeks of training. The dog was already trained.
Yeah.
The 2 weeks of training got me trained to the dog.
Yeah. Matched up.
Yeah. Training was I didn't know any different. you
Yeah.
know.
Right.
Training was okay. Now that I've seen it, it was okay. I
Yeah.
mean, it wasn't the best, but got a lot of stuff done. Did that up until 2016. Ended up having three K9 partners.
Oh, you had 3 different ones?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you had 3 dogs.
Yeah. So my first one, dual purpose.
Yeah.
His name is Rocket. Second one, Maya, was single purpose, drugs only.
Yeah.
Malinois. She was like a 3-year-old Malinois. Only had her for maybe 3-4 months.
Yeah.
She came down with that Rocky Mountain spotted fever.
Oh, shit.
So, and that really messed up her joints.
Yeah.
So they went ahead, just retired her altogether. And
Did you keep her, or did they
So
sent her back?
there's a funny story with that, but I kept her,
Yeah.
and then I gifted her to her first handler.
Oh,
So her
okay.
first
I get
handler
it.
got the dog taken from him.
Ah.
Kind of some BS.
Yeah.
Inner office politics type
Yeah.
stuff,
I know
whatever.
exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Right. So he had taken. So when I found out that we're retiring her, I called him right up. I'm like, hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I
I'm
was
sure
like-
it was important to him. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, look, I'm not saying that I want to get rid of her, but I'm probably going to get another dog.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal. At the time, I had like a Chihuahua at home and a
Yeah. You're
lab.
gonna have two work dogs.
Yeah,
on.
I don't want to have 4 dogs in my
Yeah,
house.
dude.
Like, I'm like, what
Yeah.
if they don't get along? I just don't want to deal with it. He's like, dude, I'll take her right now.
Yeah, there you
So
go.
I was
That's
like,
good.
great. I
Yeah.
said, they signed her over to me. You know, all the paperwork signed her over to me, whatever. The sheriff's office had no more responsibility, so I was like,
Yep.
here you go, buddy, gift.
Yeah. Nice.
And then my third dog, Fiasco, my last dog, single purpose drug.
A single purpose.
Single purpose.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I really wanted a dual purpose dog.
Yeah.
But at
Yeah.
that time, I was doing interdiction on the highway.
Yeah.
and-
So that's the main purpose.
yeah, and also my the vendor that we got Maya from, they basically credited, they warranted
Oh yeah.
her,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
it wasn't very long. She was still kind of new to the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember how long it was. Because I got her shortly after I got back from Afghanistan in 2004.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, hold on. Iraq. I got her when I got back from Iraq.
Okay.
And in 2008. Yeah. And so there's some warranty stuff, whatever. So they're like, well, we'll give you another dog. And the agency didn't want to pay for a dual purpose dog.
Gotcha.
I'm like, come on, man. You get
Yeah.
more work. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Had Fiasco up until 2016. Does that sound about right? When I
Yeah.
came on the task force?
Oh, okay. That's
think
what put me in a task force too. My dog did.
Yeah. 2000. Fiasco was about almost a year out from
Yeah.
retirement. He was getting pretty old. and there were some moves being done in the sheriff's office. And I basically told them, like, hey, look, they came to me. They asked me, was like, do you want another dog? I was like the second senior. So you had JC, who our head trainer was, and then you had me as the second senior. And I was like, well, I want to do something different. I want to go in a more specialized unit, either drug, gangs, or something else or whatever. And a dog, if I can get into one of those units with a dog, then hell yeah, I'll take another dog.
Yeah.
I said, but if not, then I don't want to be stuck in canine for another, 7 to 10 years, like.
Because when you get a dog, you're stuck there. It's like.
Yeah, I mean, I was canine for 11 years.
Yeah.
And
it's a long time, dude.
I loved it. Yeah. I enjoyed it. Did a lot of good things. But it's like, I don't know, do I want to commit another 7 to 10 years?
Yeah,
and then that's my career, like. So.
Did you get any bites with your first dog?
No.
Okay.
No.
Damn.
No good stories with that.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. I got a bite, but it was not a good bite.
It wasn't a good one?
Yeah, no, it was
Well, you got one under your belt though.
Well, no. That one's kind of messed up. Like, I was in a spare canine car. And the slider wasn't the best on it, right?
Oh shit. Yeah.
So I had to go, and this is back when canine still had to do transports, right? So you lock somebody up. So we had to EP someone, right? Emergency petition somebody, right? And I'm putting him in the car, securing his seatbelt, whatever.
Up front?
Huh?
Up front?
Up front, yeah. And it was an old Crown Vic, right? Had Crown Vics then, marked. And my dog, it was Rocket. I love that dog. That dog was badass. But was rocking the heck out and like punching at, like he was all
wanted
mad.
to get at him,
He was like ready to go, right? Because this guy was giving me some lip, right? Scrawny little white boy, just give me some lip. And I'm like, look, dude, just relax, man. We got to do this, blah, 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 blah. And he hits that kennel door, keeps hitting that kennel door, and it like pops open. And he goes, gets him right on the shoulder. He's like, oh, your dog just bit me. I'm like, man, stop lying, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, no, he bit me, man, he bit me.
So he just bit and let go. He didn't hang on.
Like, it was just like out of like frustration, like,
yeah, right. Yeah, I know what you mean.
And like, I got my head down. I'm sitting there still messing with the seatbelt, whatever. And I look up, and there's Rocket looking right at me, and I'm like, no, you didn't. And I was like, man, so like I get it, and I like try to secure the kennel, and I like pull. He had a guy had a t-shirt. I pull it down, and he had like just a little bit of a bite mark, like no punctures really, but just a little
scraped.
like something you had to report,
Damn.
And I'm like, God dang it! So
There's a lawsuit.
I called. Luckily, no. I called up the Sarge, told him, did the whole thing, and there was this whole thing about like, did I lock the kennel door? Did I not lock the kennel door? Which, I mean, I understand the questions that were asked of me. I'm like, no. And then luckily, our canine supervisor at the time, he had used that car before, and he's like, yeah, no, that latch isn't the best or whatever. Like, if the kennel will flex in the back, it can open.
It'll lock and move.
So they're like, oh, well, we need to fix it. I was like, okay, yeah, knee-jerk reaction, right? Let's fix it. A week later, same dude that I EP'd, right? Broke into his, I think it was his mom's house. She was trying to sell this house, right? This kid just like off the hook, just nonstop. We've got multiple calls for this kid, right? Breaks into the house. And a neighbor knows the problem, the history with the family, knows that they're trying to sell the house. The house is vacant, right? A neighbor just happens to like check on the place and see the sliding glass door broken out, right?
Yeah.
So he calls the mom calls up, like, we're pretty sure, blah, 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 blah. And the son, is probably staying in there. So we go there, we surround it, we do the call out, anybody in here, blah, blah, blah. Send my dog in, it's Rocket. He goes in the first floor, does his whole thing, whatever, searches the first floor, really good. We got a couple guys with me. We go in, and then send him upstairs. He go upstairs, goes to there's like bedrooms that are adjacent from each other.
Yeah. Kind
of goes up, immediately bangs this left, and he's in there for a little bit. I'm like, I think somebody's in here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm waiting down the stairs. I'm waiting. And then I don't hear anything. I don't hear the dog moving. I don't hear Rocket moving. I don't hear him yelling, screaming. And I'm like, look at my partners, like, let's go up there, right? So we go up there, and in this bedroom, there's nothing in there. It's just vacant, right? In this bedroom, there's the same kid that I deal with like a week earlier, laying in the middle of the floor in the fetal position, not moving, and Rocket is standing over top of him, like growling, like,
Oh my God, you never
like,
bit him.
he never bit him.
Pinned him.
He just like sit there just growling over top of him, and I'm like,
That's apprehension. I'll take it.
oh yeah, I read
That's an apprehension.
checked.
That's awesome.
So now I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh crap, right? So like I go ahead and grab him up, and as soon as I grab up Rocket, the kid moves just a little bit, and Rocket is going ape shit, like just going crazy, whatever. So I can't send him on him now.
Now
you know,
you can't,
like, he's not doing really anything. So we get him all handcuffed up and taken away, and I'm like,
That's
the
hilarious.
same kid that you bit. I'm like yelling at him, like, the same kid you bit last week.
Now
you
you
could have
don't
bit
bite
this shit, and you're like,
Now you can bite him and you're not biting him.
yeah.
That's
But
hilarious.
that was a unique experience that we took the training, and we started working on more
Yeah.
passive.
Yeah.
The dog biting passive. So what if he was in a closet being like, and
Yeah, that's what people don't realize, dude. Like every little aspect there is, you have to work on, or the dogs don't know.
yeah. It's
They don't
like,
know anything unless you teach them.
and you're so much in the back then in canine, like, using the suits and the sleeves and stuff like that. Like most of your bites are guys that are fighting on you or
Yep.
running or something like that. We didn't really do a whole lot of passive
Dude,
thing.
my first bite, what should have been my first bite was I graduated canine school, went to work that night. Okay, get called out to a burglary in progress. I get there, guys hiding in the bushes, won't come out. Send the dog, right? Dog runs over there, finds him, runs circles around him, and he doesn't bite him. So we end up having to fucking tackle this dude. And I'm like, why won't he bite this guy? Come to find out, he was looking for the sleeve because we always did suit and sleeve work. We never did hidden sleeve. So didn't get the bite, went back up to training the next day, worked on hidden sleeve for one day. About a week goes by, again, another situation, another attempted burglary, different location. Perfect bite, ran the bicep. Boom, took him. I ran the tricep behind the arm. But it was like, if you don't work on those things, they don't know. You know what I mean?
And sometimes really, like, you don't know until you get into situations.
Yeah.
By my like third dog, I had it all figured out,
Yeah.
right? Like what we need to do. And I'm only working about drugs now. Like
Yeah.
I'm still helping out the guys doing, patrol work and tracking.
Yeah.
We got smarter and learned some stuff from the military and all. But I'm like, man, like a single purpose dog is, once you learn the dog's behavior,
Oh, yeah,
it's
dude.
easy all day long. It's like,
Yep.
oh yeah, we'll hide it here, we'll hide it there.
Yep.
Smaller amounts, bigger amounts.
Yep.
Working the air in the room and stuff like that. But like patrol work, tracking is probably the hardest
I love
for
it.
a dual purpose dog.
Yeah.
And then the bite work, like all the
Yeah.
little different niches.
Yep.
Like I got a scar from Bobby Joe's dog, bit me through a hidden sleeve. And
I like every canine here has got scars somewhere.
oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's inevitable, right?
Yeah.
Like equipment fails.
Oh, dude.
Dogs
Yeah.
do the weirdest thing.
Oh, man.
There's a guy from Worcester County. We were doing like this big canine training thing, right? Big dude from Worcester County. He's been a canine handler for years, like OG type dude. And it's Evo now, but it used to be an ice plant.
Yeah.
So we're in there and we're
Oh,
doing,
in the city.
in Salisbury, yeah. He's like hiding in a room just with a sleeve, right?
Yeah.
Pitch black, right? Dog goes in. He doesn't know really where the dog is, whatever.
He just has a sleeve on
He just has a sleeve on.
and the pitch black.
Yeah. You know where I'm going with this.
I just caught that. All right.
Yeah.
I might want to have a suit on.
Right.
All right. Okay.
Or at least the only thing that's exposed is the
Yeah,
arm, right?
right.
So you hear this yelling, and blood curdling, yelling and screaming. I'm like, oh shit. So, the handler sent him. Handler didn't do anything wrong. Trainer didn't do anything wrong, other than maybe the guy should have been in a full suit.
Yeah.
But send him in a pitch black room so that letting the dog work by itself, right? Instead of we go in, they go in, and yelling and screaming. Oh my! He comes out. Dog is lashed onto his inner thigh.
Oh, not a good spot, dude.
No. Luckily, I want to say the handler was able, once they got there and they got white light in there, I want to say the handler was able to call him off and do a recall
Yeah.
on him. And then luckily we were literally right across from the hospital. So bandaged it up real quick, got him to the hospital. Superficial wound, but like, yes, got the sweet spot, right? And we're like, yeah, maybe we should do this with full suits. I was like, yeah.
Damn.
So
I've seen some nasty training bites. I mean, dogs on their own handlers too. I've seen some nasty bites too.
JC got mauled by his own dog.
Did he?
Yeah, he ended up getting medical retired because of it.
I worked with a guy. We were doing window entries with our dogs in Wilmington. Some shithole fucking up in the city. I can't remember what it was, Riverside or something. But anyway, we were doing window entry. So he put his dog. He had a Mal. This thing was nasty. Like the meanest fucking dog I probably ever ran across in my career. It's just nasty dog. He goes to put him up in the window. The dog turns and latches on his forearm and just starts shredding this guy's forearm. I mean, everything, dude, just ripping it to fucking pieces. Will not let go. Everyone's like choking him, trying to throw tennis balls and shit. This dog ain't letting go. Finally, they get him off. Fucking blood everywhere. They load his dog up in the car. They load him up, drive him to the fucking hospital. I'm sitting there in Section 8 by myself with two dogs. Mine, who's in the car, his is in the car. And I'm just sitting there. People are out everywhere, like making fun of it and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah.
But he tore his shit up.
And it's weird. Like, sometimes it's the dogs are doing it out of frustration. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, why?
And some dogs are just psychotic.
Yeah. Well, JC had his dog for a while, and JC was our head trainer. And I wasn't working that night. I don't know the full story about it, whatever. Yeah. But for whatever reason, JC went to go get him out of the car, and the dog just latched onto his arm, and it was everything. I don't know if he had to choke him off to get him off, whatever. But and I don't know why the dog did it, but like his hand is still messed up. I forget what year he finally got his disability or whatever from it, but he still does canine training. He still loves it, but
that's how this one was. He didn't have anything that he had to retire from, but he also had nerve damage and shit.
Yeah, his hands like kind of messed up. Yeah. Like he can't really hold to qualify with the gun. He can't really hold it right.
Oh shit! Yeah. Damn,
messed them all up.
Yeah. Well, let's jump into the shooting if you want.
All right.
You were in K9 when that happened, right?
Yeah.
But you had your single purpose.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, let's start with that. Tell me about that.
March 3rd, 2015. Working midnight shift. Came in. I think then we started at 11:30. Either I came in at 11:30 or I came in at 12. I was always like a half an hour, 15 minutes early anyway.
Yeah.
So came in, we had to have traditional roll call.
Yep.
But like normally on midnight shift, come in, the DOs or the duty officers desk is right next to dispatch. So I walked in there, like kind of like I was hanging out, BSing, and Jeff Rance.
Yep.
His shift was off going, and was like, "Hey, look, we took a report earlier today from an address on Olivia Street, which is on the west side of Salisbury, kind of like our hoodish area. For the homeowner is afraid that our house is going to get shot up. So a couple weeks earlier, Salisbury PD had taken a report of a house got shot up." Right.
Yeah.
And there was like 4 or 5 people in there. So there was like this lady somehow knew those people, and there's like some retaliation thing going back and forth, whatever. So I was like, well, that's odd. Normally that side of town doesn't call the police for help.
Yeah. Right.
Unless it's like a domestic or something. They don't normally do what they did. So I'm like, well, this is legit then. Right. And they're like, yeah. They're thinking that it's related to the Salisbury City thing and blah, blah, blah. Well, our shift was short that night. One guy was field training another guy. They had some type of training earlier that week or next week, so they scheduled them off of midnight so they could go do a training. So we were short one dude, so I had to cover his sector, which is sector 3 of 5. That was the west side of the county, right? Because normally K9 would roam, so you're basically bouncing, helping everybody out, right? That's the area that I was going to be in anyway. I know that area really, really well. I mean, out of Wycomico County, I probably spend 80% of my time in that area. So, we get the thing, whatever, like, hey, look, make sure you do the patrol checks on we had MDTs, and you had, like, on the CAD system, you could bring up, like, your patrol check for your sectors.
Yeah.
And so, like, I was reading that in my car or whatever, reading that and seeing, like, what was in there. Because you would put in there, like, if they were, like, being on lookout of, like, a certain vehicle, a certain person.
Yeah.
And it was, I want to say the suspect for the city thing was, like, a black male, approximately 6 foot, 150, 160 pounds was the suspect. They never were able to identify him. But somehow the complainant for the Olivia Street knew these people that happened in the city. So there was some connection there. I just can't remember exactly what that was. But so, like, all right, cool. Well, I'll go over there. The funny thing is, I don't remember what day of the week it was. I just know it was March 3rd, and it was cold as hell out.
Yeah.
Snow is still on the ground a little bit in certain areas.
Oh.
So, like, BSing, like cops always do. I was BSing in patrol for a while, talking to the guys, what's going on. Hit out on that area. I guess around 1 o'clock. I get in that area. It's dead. There ain't shit going on. Do my patrol check. Get on the computer. Hit the patrol check. It's like around like 1:30-ish or something like that. I get done with a patrol check because you can click it on, and then, like, you would hang out in an area. It's only but so big. That area is only but so big. Right. So, like, I leave it on for like 10, 15 minutes or whatever. And I'm riding the whole area around. There ain't nobody out. Click off the patrol check, and kind of like sitting in another area. I'm in a marked Charger with a light bar on top, K9. And so I'm not really hiding anywhere other than just hiding in plain sight, right? Still got my lights on and stuff. And I'm sitting down this one road, East Road, and I'm looking down East Road. And it's like the grid system, right? So looking down there, and a week earlier, we had done, with a SWAT team, we had done a search and seizure warrant at one of the apartments there. And the guy that we did the warrant for, he was back out, but now he has another warrant related to that, like PWID, with drugs and everything, violent history. And I got a kind of a history with this guy or whatever, because as a juvenile, him and his little brother shot at my police car with a BB gun. Well, it's him and his little brother and a group of kids, but I was able to catch him and his brother, right? So pretty familiar. Well, a lot of us were familiar with this guy.
Yeah.
Like, his mom lives towards the end of East Road. So I'm watching East Road. Like, I doubt he's going to be out because it's cold as heck out in the middle of the night. Nobody's out. But I'm, like, watching it, and I see two people come out from that area. They're kind of like staying on East and Booth area. And they get walking down, and I'm watching them. I got my headlights on. I'm just like, look like a regular car there. I'm watching. And they're walking in the middle of the street. I was like, oh, I got you. There's sidewalks there, and you're not walking on a sidewalk. Yep. At least I got my PC to make contact with you.
Yeah.
And they're walking past the street that we have to do the patrol check on, right? So you got Olivia, Dennis, Richmond, and East is running this way. So they're walking down East. So they're walking past Olivia. I'm like, and then they walk, and they turn down Dennis. I couldn't remember which road it was, but I just know it's like, it's Dennis or Richmond,
Yeah.
They walk down, and I was like, okay, well, it backs up to, so the backyard of Olivia backs up to the backyard of Dennis.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, all right. So I'm thinking, it could be that guy he's got a warrant. It could be looking for. It's about same bill, but I can't really tell from the distance. So I'll slow roll up. They kind of like see me coming. I don't know if they knew it was me. They just knew it was another car. And they still walk in the middle of the road. They bank their left, my right onto Dennis, and they get in. I kind of like let them get up the road a little bit, and then I round. I was like, in my head, I was like, well, I'm gonna do a drive-by. If I think it's him,
Yeah. You didn't call it out yet?
I didn't call anything out yet.
Yeah.
If I think it's him, I'm gonna jump out on him. If not, it's cold. Like, I ain't gonna deal with it. So roll by him, and there's a skinny, tall dude, and then there's a guy that matches the height, weight of the guy who I knew had a warrant. And so I was like, last minute decision, pull my car over like a 45 degree, block them off, whatever, jump out, like, hey guys, I need to talk to you. And the one guy who I thought was the person with the warrant, he initially stops. I'm like, man, what's your name? He's like, Chris. I'm like, you got ID on you? Because I still really couldn't tell. He had like a hoodie on and stuff like that. And the other guy, kind of like, if this is my car here and I'm here, he just immediately starts to walk around, right? I'm like, hey, man, get back here. He's like, I ain't got to talk to you. You know, we exchange a few other words. And I get Chris's ID from him. It's Christopher Carter. Get his ID from him. I'm like, all right, yeah, you're not the guy I'm looking at, right? You're not the guy I'm looking for. So now my attention turns to the other guy because there's a reason why he doesn't want me to talk to him, right?
Yeah, right.
So I'm like, hey, man, come on back here, you know, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I ain't got to talk to you. Yeah, you do. And then as soon as we're walking across the street, as soon as my foot hit the curb on the sidewalk, he takes off. Gets running, runs. As he starts to run, he throws what ends up being a cell phone, throws some money down, runs around, goes to the back side of this one house, runs to like this other backyard. There's like a 3-foot chain link fence. As he jumps the chain link fence, I'm catching up to him. He falls down. I jump over the fence. He's already up and starting running towards the front of the house, so like towards the road. And I'm able to tackle him like in that area, but he just basically pushes off of me. It's kind of like I grab a hold of him, like we bounce off each other. He pushes me down. He jumps over the fence. It's like I said, a 3-foot fence. I was able to grab a hold of his jacket. So like, if you're him, I'm grabbing hold of the fences in between them. I'm grabbing. We're doing this push pull type thing or whatever. Like I push, he pulls, and then I spring over across the fence with him. We get to the ground.
Have you had a chance to call this out yet?
So right when I got in a foot pursuit, I was like, foot pursuit, Dennis and Richmond area.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't remember the actual street I was on.
Yeah.
But I'm like, Dennis Richmond area. You know, I was wearing an earpiece, and they're all like, where you at? What's your location? Blah, blah, blah. And of course, I'm running and I'm fighting with this guy, right? So we get back around. He's down on the ground. I got him down on the ground. I'm trying to grab all his arms. We end up getting in a fight with him. I end up hitting him a couple times. He's just really just trying to like get off of me, like just throw me off of him and like not complying with anything. He gets up and he's kind of like stunned. I try to find my lapel, right? And I'm like, Dennis Richmond area. He runs towards the road. I end up bouncing him off the car a couple times. And he's like, every time I grab him, he's like shedding his clothes, right? Leaves a shirt or a jacket in the middle of the road, comes back around. So if this is the house, we started here, we worked our way here. We're in the roadway in front of the house, come around to the side here. The driveway comes up and the chain link fence is still there, right? So jump over the chain link fence, get him, and I tackle him in the backyard, and we get rolling around. I'm just trying to get a hold of him. We get rolling all the way around. We end up back to like the side of the house where he jumped over the fence, and I'm on my back. So I'm kind of like in a sit-up position with my feet down, kind of like crouched up. I got my right hand on his left shoulder. He's kind of like pushing me down.
So he's standing up over you, kind of?
Yeah, kind of standing up, but like on his knees, but not on his knees.
Gotcha.
You know, like
crouched.
It kind of like basically using me leverage just to stay up off the ground.
Yeah.
And just using his weight to hold me down. And I was able to see like his right hand kind of like come back like this, right? I initially thought that he was going to come back and he was going to try to strike me. So I'll take my left hand and I'll bring it up here like this. I'm left-handed, right? And then quickly I realized he ain't trying to hit me. He's trying to go for something in his pocket, right? So I'm like grabbing a hold of him and I'm pushing and pulling on him, right? I go for my gun and I grab my gun, and on my gun I have this flashlight here, and it's got this pressure switch.
Is it Streamlight?
Yeah, Streamlight TR1 with a DevGru. I think it's called DevGru pressure switch.
Yeah.
So when you grab it, your grip, it automatically turns it on, right?
Yep.
So kind of like this, grab it, and I've got my pistol at retention, so he can't get to it. But when I do, I've got the grip going, and like his whole body is just like lit up, right? He's not wearing a shirt because when we were fighting, his shirt came off, whatever, and he was still pulling at his he had like either like warm up pants or sweats on, something like that, and he's pulling at it, and I'm like, hey man, stop or I'm going to shoot, stop or I'm going to shoot. I was totally bluffing him, but I knew that like he's going for something's not good, right? And then I saw like the silver portion of a revolver, like the cylinder and like the barrel. And as soon as I did that, I let go and I just fired until he went down, like fell in between my legs. Don't know how many rounds I fired. Didn't, you're not going to count.
Yeah.
I don't remember like getting back to my feet. Like that portion of it, I guess, wasn't like important in my brain, but I remember like covering down over top of him. And like he still had the revolver like in his hand. His finger was in the trigger well. He wasn't moving. I heard what I thought was his last breath.
Yeah. And
I'm thinking, guys are screaming in my ear, "Where you at? Where you at? Where you at?" And I'm like, all right, what do I do? Like I don't want to leave this guy, but I need to tell him where I'm at. So I kicked the gun out of his hand. I get on there, shots fired, start EMS, got subject down. I'm Ocean King. I'm okay. Like, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? I'm like, Dennis or Richmond area. I'm not really sure. My car's in the middle of the street. So I'm like, shit, I got to tell them where I'm at. And we're basically at the side of the house towards the rear, right?
Yeah, so you're concealed. They can't see you or anything.
Yeah, no. Like if they'd have just blown right past me, there was no way.
Yeah.
They would have known where I was at because it was pitch black back there, man. Had I not had that flashlight, dude, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
Yeah.
I would have never saw that. And I was like, I got to do something, right? Like every bit of me is telling me not to leave the guy, but I'm like, I've got to tell him where I'm at. I got to tell him where I'm at. Didn't even cross my brain to try to go put handcuffs on him. I'm like, I got to tell him where I'm at. So I run around to the front of the house, and I'm probably standing this close to the numbers on it. And I'm like, 709, 709, 709. I get on the, like, 709, Dennis or Richmond. My car's in the middle of the road. I'm at 709, Dennis or Richmond. So you hear a couple guys on the radio, like, I'm almost there. You can hear the lights, and you can hear the siren coming, right? And so I run back around, holding down on him still, and I can hear the sirens getting closer. So I kind of like back up a little bit, and I use my weapon light because I didn't have another light on me. Use my like weapon light, and I'm like kind of like flashing in the air, like not lassoing, but I'm like just kind of like flashing in the air, be like, hey, I'm look for my light in the air, like I'm stop before my car. I'm at 709. I'm in the backyard 709. So Hal Phillips was my corporal at the time. He came there about the same time. EMS was lickety split. They were right there because one of our stations is probably 2 miles away, if that.
Yeah.
And they got a full-time, fire department, EMS crew. So they get there about the same time as the corporal, and he's like, what we got, are you okay? EMS gets there and they're like, are you all right? Do you want us to try to, go down there and check this? And like my corporal's like, do what you guys got to do. Like, don't worry about moving the body. Just do what you guys got to do. They go down there and like no pulse. They hook them up to the defib thing, flat line. And they're like, all right. So now it turns into like, hey, check yourself,
Where did your rounds hit? Do you know?
So they said I fired 4 rounds because my magazine was missing 4 rounds.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's 3 shell casings beside his body for my gun, and they said there's 4 wounds, but it was 1 in the head, in the forehead, 2 in the chest, 2 or 3. I would say it's got to be 3 in the. Well, it's got to be 2 in the chest, and his hand. So his hand that he had the gun in, his right hand, the fingers were all mutilated up from like, I guess he was from here to here is when I must have shot.
Yeah.
Because everything was center line. Yeah. But they only found 3 shell casings, and they only found 4 rounds in them.
You got your 3 rounds off just in time.
Yeah. Hammer's cocked back.
Like milliseconds.
Yeah, hammer was cocked back. I do not remember, and I would have to do some more research because I don't remember reading about it. If there was, so it was a six shot revolver, 22, and he had 4 rounds in it. So I don't know if the cylinder that he was going to be that he had pulled back on,
Gotcha. Yeah.
what it was loaded or not.
Right.
But still, man, like
Yeah. You don't know that. It doesn't matter.
yeah, like
Yeah.
it wasn't for that flashlight, man, on my
Yeah.
gun.
Well, think about it, dude. Like there was a time where like agencies didn't want mounted lights.
Yeah.
Like
So the only
administrations
people-
were against that for a while.
The only people that had weapon mounted lights issued to them from the sheriff's office were K9
Yeah.
and SWAT.
That's how it was with us. It was just K9 and SWAT for a while.
Yeah, and that, I mean, luckily I was both, and a lot of people would buy their own.
Yeah.
But after my shooting, I had a meeting with the bosses to kind of like have my own debrief.
Yeah. So no one else had it yet.
Well, K9 and SWAT,
But that's it though.
and people that bought it themselves.
Okay. It
Like,
wasn't issued.
Wasn't issued, because you had to buy that and you had to buy the holster yourself. So you're looking at maybe a $300 expense.
Oh yeah.
You know, so after that, it took about a year after my shooting for them to start issuing them out.
Yeah.
You know, had to get the money for it and stuff like that, new holsters,
Yeah.
and a lot of agencies, because of my shooting, was like, oh, they
Started
saw
looking at
the
it.
light, right?
Yeah.
So they saw the light.
Yeah.
A lot of people just went ahead after my shooting, and I was able to talk about it. They were like, dude, I'm buying one tomorrow. I'm like, buy one today, dude.
Hell yeah.
Internet, go.
Yeah.
You know, so
So the night of the shooting, like, so you get there, they're going to take you out, they're going to debrief you and all that kind of stuff. How was the notification with the family?
So my shift was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, can't talk any better about my shift that was working. Kelly Matthews was my sergeant. I went to the academy with Kelly Matthews. My wife knew everybody on my shift.
Yeah.
It's a small agency. You know,
Yep.
we have shift parties every once in a while. Very fortunate for that. So Kelly Matthews was like, he's like, hey, how do you want us to notify Crystal? Like, do you want me to call her or do you want me to go to the house? I said, both. I said, go to the house, right? Go to the house. But when you're at the front door, call her. Because at that time, my son was...
I think he's around the same age as my son
4.
was, wasn't he?
he was 4.
Okay, mine was 7, yeah.
Yeah, 2015. He was born in
Okay.
2011. Yeah, easy math. 4.
Gotcha.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, actually, no. He just turned 5.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he just no, he's 4. 4 or 5.
In that range.
Yeah, I can't do math. Math is hard. My wife's a math teacher. But I was like, look, because I've always told my wife, hey, don't worry about anything. You know, if you don't hear from me, great. Unless you get a phone call.
Yeah.
You know, I've always told her, like, if you get a phone call, don't worry. So I was like, don't call her.
Yeah.
Go to the house.
Yeah.
Right? So Kelly Matthews and Babe Wilson, who was a captain at the time. Babe used to be my sergeant, my first sergeant, my lieutenant at one point. Great guy. They end up going to the house. He knew my wife too, right? They end up going to the house. They're calling when they're at the front door because I'm like, hey, look, call because I don't want her to freak out
Right.
in the middle of the night. Someone knocking at the door. She might grab the shotgun, you know, like I don't know. And so like they call her like, hey, Crystal, it's Kelly. I'm at the front door. Can you come to the door? It's about Matt. He's okay. He's at the hospital, but he's okay. So she comes to the door and they basically explain to her like, hey, look, there's a shooting. Matt's okay. He's at the hospital. His hand's hurting him, but he's fine. We want to take you there. So she calls my in-laws. In-laws come there, watch my son. End up relaying to them, get me some clothes because I'm going to have to strip down.
Yeah.
Like, give me some clothes. Shows up I thought it was pretty quick from the time of everything was going on. Shows up pretty quick. And I tell you, man, she was like rock solid. She came in there, hey, how are you? No crying, not crying, not hysterical, like solid. You
Yeah.
know, she was just like a calm voice. She did a great job. Like probably on the inside, she was freaking the hell out. At this time, there was like all kinds of people, all the guys from the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
Half my team's there. other agencies are coming there, checking on me and stuff like that. And yeah, it wasn't until we got home hours later that, for both of us did it break down,
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I ended up going to the hospital because my left hand was hurting, like it was just throbbing. And my corporal was like, "Hey, you need to go to the hospital." I was like, "I'm good. He's like, "No, you need to go to the hospital. You gotta get out of here. Like, go get your hearing checked. Go get checked all over. Because at this time, like, adrenaline's pretty high. I'm not feeling no pain.
Yeah, dude, you're not feeling shit when that.
Nah, I'm not. Man, I ain't feeling anything. It wasn't until like I got into the back of the ambulance.
Yeah.
And they're doing like the vitals, whatever, right there. And I'm like, damn, my hand is freaking killing me, man.
Adrenaline dump.
Yeah, I'm like, I get on the phone with my FOP lawyer and Dennis Taylor. He was on my shift. He actually like became my peer support guy that rode with me, and very calm, cool, collected about everything. So that like when it was like, oh shit, I almost made my wife a widow.
Yeah.
Almost not gonna see my son anymore. And that part hit me, but I was like, that ambulance doors all closed, but they got the lights on the inside of it. So, and I'm like, people start coming up to the windows, like banging on the windows, and like, other cops are like, you good?
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I gotta suck this up. And I bit down on my lip, and I'm like, all right, hold it back,
Yeah.
And because I don't want to see people cry. I don't want people to see me cry.
Yeah. That's a tough situation, man.
Yeah. Go to the hospital, great service from the hospital, PRMC. It's Title Health now.
How were you, like, physically, as far as, like, from him? Did you have blood splatter and stuff on you? Like, were you...
Nah, man.
No?
That's the weirdest, like, one of the weirdest part. I had a little bit of blood on my shirt.
Yeah.
So we wore, like, black BDUs.
Yeah.
Like 5'11" tops and bottoms. And then I had leather boots on. I had just like pressed that uniform and shined my boots like the night before. Like, I mean, I was looking good, right? And I had a little bit of blood drop on my shoes, which was kind of weird because it all happened like this way
Over
and not
top
that
of
way.
it, yeah.
So I don't know if like when I kicked
when you got up,
kicked the gun away, maybe from his hand. I don't know. I did not have a whole lot of blood on me at all. Like, it was weird. And there was not, what I can remember from him on the ground, there was not like a pool of blood.
Yeah.
I guess because, like, the areas that I hit,
maybe.
kept it all in. I don't know.
Huh. Damn. So you get to the hospital, she shows up, then you guys get home and kind of...
Yeah, so Kelly Matthews was really good about like setting up security in my house, right? So he basically did it on his own, was like, hey, we need to send like 2 guys over Matt's house, right? Just to be like a patrol vehicle out in front of the house, not necessarily in the house or anything like that, just basically providing security, right? Because at this time, I mean, 2015, that was right on the heels of the Freddie Grays in Baltimore type stuff, right?
Yeah.
The verdict hasn't come out yet, but, it's ready to ground. And I knew the shooting was good. Like, legally, I was good. I didn't really have any concerns about that aspects of it.
Yeah.
I was more worried about the media showing up my house, man. Because at that time, it was bad time for a cop shooting, especially a white guy and a deceased black guy. Like, it was bad time for law enforcement, and I was more worried about that. Like,
mine was the same way. Mine was right after what's his face in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Dude's name now, but anyway, mine was right after that one.
Yeah, and I was like, man, like, that's what I was worried about. Like, I'm worried about my family safety. Like, you can come after me all day long, right? Good luck, but I'm worried about my family. And so we get home, there's already like a patrol car out there, and I can't remember if it was the sheriff's office or state police.
Yeah.
But I had both at my house for weeks.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys did it on their own. Like, I wouldn't say they came out on their own time. They did it while they were working, and they sat down. Like, my neighbors would call me like, dude, why is it? Hey, look. Because my neighbors at the time I was close with.
Yeah.
So they obviously knew because of the news. So they were keeping an eye out. They're like, hey, man, there's a blacked out. I was like, hey, don't worry about it. It's,
that's good.
It's, it's the good guys.
It's unmarked,
Yeah. So, okay, just giving you a heads up. But yeah, I got home. A couple of guys stayed with me pretty much all the rest of that day. Like, I couldn't get sleep, you know.
Yeah.
I couldn't get any sleep. I was trying. Like, even guys, you know, the guys I was on the team with and my shift partners, whatever, they came in and they stayed inside the house while I slept, and guys were out in patrol cars or whatever outside, whatever. I told every one of them, like, look, dude, if you got to use the bathroom, come knock on the door, you know.
Yeah.
Later on that day, so some mid-afternoon on the 3rd, it's the same day of the shooting, the sheriff and I think he was a captain then, Todd Richardson. He was my team captain. They brought my vehicle back because my dog was still in it. So
Oh, shit.
they ended up calling JC.
I forgot all about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so they ended up calling JC, come in to get the dog, get Fiasco out of there, because Fiasco was just a single-purpose drug dog,
Yeah.
but inside that car, he sounded like he would maul the heck out of you.
Yeah, they're still aggressive dogs.
Dude, he was just like rock that whole thing, bark like crazy. So
Did he take him home with him?
yeah, JC ended up taking him home because the car still had to stay on the crime scene for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So later on, they bring my car and they park it, you know, in my driveway, which was good because I wanted a marked vehicle, you know. And then they bring me a replacement gun, you know, because
Yeah, yours is evidence.
by policy they've got to give me another gun, whatever. They didn't want to do it at the hospital because I'm left-handed and I damaged my left hand. They had one of the guys, team guy, he was actually our team sergeant. He was also our training guy, our firearms guy. He was en route to the office to get me another gun while I was still at the hospital. And he said, like, hey, hold up. Like, just, we'll get it to him later type thing or whatever. They weren't really worried about it a whole lot. I wasn't really worried about it because I had, you know, my off-duty gun at home.
Yeah.
But they were, like, more worried about, like, let's just, the dust settle down. We don't need this right away. For me, that's fine. Like,
Yeah.
It's coming. I ain't got to worry about it. I got people protecting me. No worries about it. I got plenty of guns in my house. No worries about it. Right. Yeah, take me home and then just try to get some sleep. I couldn't get some sleep for a while. They ended up coming, the sheriff, and
Did Crystal take time off work?
she did.
Yeah.
She took I don't know how many days, but
Yeah.
she took several days. Like,
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah.
she called up she's a school teacher. She called up her principal and was like, hey, don't know if you know about the news.
Yeah.
Because they knew what I did. You know,
Yeah.
The school knew what I did because the same school she teaches at, same school I went to in elementary, middle school. You know, different principal, but
Yeah.
they knew who I was. So yeah, she took a couple days off.
How was it going forward at like the days or weeks after that? Did you have any problems with it? Were you like mentally sound, or were you going through some things? Or
Nah, I knew I was good because it was him or me.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't like so that moral dilemma never hit me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I had like nightmares. It was just like reoccurring in my head. You know,
Throughout
not
the day and
necessarily
stuff,
flashback. It was just like just going over all this stuff. Like, I'm not second guessing myself, but like, okay, what could I have done better? What can I learn from this type thing? Would have, should have, could have type thing. Monday night quarterbacking myself, whatever. Like, what did I do anything that could have done better type stuff? That went on for a while. But I was more stressed about worrying about like the press, the media.
Yeah.
And that, you know, was what I was doing for a job, was it worth it?
Yeah.
You know? And that was a very short time. Like, yeah, it's worth what I'm doing. Like, it's part of the job. It's dangerous. Will I stop? No. Like, it is what it is. Like,
yeah. How long were you off for? Because I'm sure
like,
probably for the investigation, probably, I'm sure. It was like a couple months?
it wasn't long. It was only like, I want to say it was like maybe a month or so.
Yeah.
I think it took like a little over a month to get my declination letter from the state's attorney.
Get it cleared, yeah.
Yeah. I was off for probably a good 2 to 3 weeks without going in like on admin leave because of my hand.
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything anyway.
What was that from? Just like stress from fighting, probably? Probably from squeezing him when you were holding him?
Probably from when I was hitting on them. Yeah. Instead of coming straight down, I was probably coming down on an angle.
Yeah.
And it just literally broke like part of my pinky in between the front and the first knuckle, like the little picture of it and the X-ray or whatever. It's just like a little piece. And I'm like, really? Like,
yeah.
Like it's just like a fracture. Like, I think you would get more damage throwing your hand in a door or something like that. Like it, I was like, really? But it hurt like hell.
Oh yeah, dude.
And the pain like radiates. Like when it gets really cold, like radiates. My grip is a little different.
Still, yeah.
Yeah, it's like dude, from a little tiny
nerves, man.
little tiny break.
The nerves get you
literally right on the tip.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, man, it sucks. But
so they clear you. You go back. How was it going back after that? Was it?
My first day back to work was I got called up to go to the Baltimore riots.
Oh God,
Baltimore,
dude, I remember you guys went over to that.
Baltimore riots.
You guys took the MRAP over there, didn't you?
So the Baltimore riots kicked off. We're watching it on TV, right? I'm scheduled to go to work like probably the very next day.
Yeah.
Or that couple days within that, right? So I'm still in the National Guard at this time, and I'm talking to my buddies in the guard, talking to my buddies at the sheriff's office. Is like, are you getting called up? I'm like, I'm getting called up for somebody. I'm going to get either
everything I'm part of is here.
Right. I'm either going to get called up from the guard or I'm going with the sheriff's office, whatever, right? So I'm talking to one of my very good friends, Mike Morehouse. He was my first sergeant. So I was with the 200th Military Police Company in Catonsville, Maryland.
Were they there?
They were there. They weren't there at that time.
Yeah.
They hadn't been activated yet. Because it was like day one.
Yeah,
of the riots.
It's just kicking off.
Yeah.
And sheriff was like, we're heading up, boys.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like we're going like throughout the day we're conversing, right? Because he's the first sergeant. I'm the operations NCO. So I was a master sergeant at that time, right? An E8. So we're like talking like company stuff, right? Logistics. Like, hey, what if we get called up? And he's like, man, this is I don't know. You know, we don't have any at that time. We didn't have in the National Guard, no less than lethal, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, what are we gonna do, bro?
Yeah, you don't have shit.
We got riot shields and batons.
Yeah.
But they're throwing straight up rocks at us, you know? Like, so we're talking back and forth. So I get off the phone with him, and I want to say it was Babe Wilson that called me up, the captain. And he was like, hey, Matt, how you doing? It's like, doing good. He's like, you heard anything from the guard yet? I was like, nah, funny thing, I just got done off the phone. I said, I haven't heard anything yet, right? He goes, can you be ready by 8 o'clock? And I'm like, this is probably about 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
And how long is this after you went back to work?
This is the very first day. Like I haven't even gone back to work yet. I was cleared, and I was going back either the very next day. I can't remember what the date was.
Oh my God, you were clear, but you weren't scheduled to go back for like 2 days.
Right.
So they're like, you're coming back early.
Yeah. And they're like, hey, can you come to work at 8 o'clock? And I'm like, yeah, 8 tomorrow morning. He's like,
Crystal, like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Yes. Yes. He's like, no, 8 o'clock tonight. I mean, 2000. You want me to come in tonight at 2000? He's like, yeah. I'm like, for what? You know, I'm not scheduled to come in above. He's like, well, you know, the riots are going on. You all know that, right? Well, they put a teletype out for any SWAT team with armor that they need up at Baltimore, and we had the big old MRAP, right?
Yeah.
And I was one of like I think 5 drivers, right? Yeah. So they're like, hey, the sheriff wants the SWAT team to go. He wants you to go. He wants you to drive. You know, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, Roger that. I mean, like, 8 o'clock tonight, like in 2 hours. Tonight. He's like, yep. I'm like, well, let me get off this phone and get some shit together. Like, how long we going? He's like, don't know, but pack your bag. I was like, all right. Literally, as soon as I get off the phone with him, my buddy Mike Morehouse calls me. He's like, hey, man, the balloon just went up. We just got the call. I'm like, about that, I'm going with the sheriff's office because I'll have live rounds. I'll be able to do
Were you able to choose?
Yeah.
I know if the guard were like, no, you're with us.
So, state of emergency underneath the guard.
Yeah.
I don't know what title it is or anything like that.
Yeah, right.
State of emergency underneath the guard. You're not federally, you're state activated. It's actually a volunteer thing. That's where the volunteer soldiers come from, right? So it's actually a volunteer thing. Majority of people just go, right? They're going to get paid. You know, it's not you're not getting paid. You're going to get taken care of and stuff like that. Right. But the unique thing about being an MP and then being in MP companies, majority of your soldiers are first responders.
True.
Right. So a lot of them are real-time cops.
Yeah.
Firefighters, EMS.
Yep.
You know, something in the service industry, something or in a trade or something like that. Like when they get called up, they're losing money.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they're like a private to like about a specialist because they're so young that they're most likely still in college.
Yeah.
But if they're like a sergeant or above, they get called up, they're losing money.
Yeah.
And
so you're like, I'm staying with the sheriff's
I'm
officer.
like,
That's probably where you wanted to be anyway at that point.
100%.
After just coming back from your shoot.
Yeah. I'm like, I want to be with my boys. My team's going, I'm going, you know, like. And Mike was like, dude, I don't blame you. I'm like, hey, do you think I'm getting in trouble? He's like, how they going to get in trouble? You guys are being called up for the same stuff that like they need you. You're going to be needed more there than you are here. Yeah. I'm like, yeah. I was like, well, you can tell whomever the battalion commander that if he wants to call me, he can call me, but I'm going with the sheriff's office.
So what was, what was it like when you had to go tell Crystal, like, hey, I'm going in like 2 hours and I'm going to be in Baltimore?
Well, she's standing there, right? So I'm on the phone. She's standing there. So she's kind of getting pieces and parts. And she's like standing over her hips. She's like, are you kidding me right now? She goes, your first day back and you're going to the riots? And I'm like,
dude.
Yeah. And I'm going as a SWAT team member. Like, yeah.
Oh, God, dude.
Love you. I don't know when I'll be back.
How many days were you guys there? Did you guys stay in a hotel?
So we went in at 8 o'clock that night. I went in at 8 o'clock-ish. Probably got up there beforehand. We were up there for like a day and a half or 2 days or something like that. Like we were up there. We worked for like once we got there, we were there for like 18 hours or something like that.
No, not super long then, yeah.
And then it was, 2 to 3 days we were actually in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Because I remember like we helped secure the Baltimore headquarters right across from the town hall.
Yeah.
So
how was that? Did you guys have any problems?
Not really. Not at night we didn't because everything else was happening all over the place, whatever. But it was like it was weird coming into Baltimore like that, and we stayed there for we were there for like 18 hours, just rotating ourselves around and stuff like that. Just kind of like if you got tired, you would go to the back of the MRAP and lay down. Somebody else would rotate around. They would bring us food. I will say that the people of Baltimore would just bring us stuff, and it was like food, drinks. Vendors would like drop off pallets of stuff for us.
Oh, no shit.
And it's like for everybody. But I'm like, you had some of the older community or whatever that would come up there and they had baked us food. And they're like, we're sorry you had to be here type stuff. And like, this is not the way our city should be.
You don't see or hear about that kind of stuff.
I mean, it was like, they were genuine. And then like during
people that cared, yeah.
Right. And then during the day, because we went up there at night, we were up there all night long, not so much. Then during the day, they had all this stuff in front of the town hall that was like crazy mad. And at some point, we were all like, dude, when are we going to get relieved? Like, we've been here for like 18 hours, like full kit.
Yeah, nothing's really happening. Guys
nothing. I mean, we didn't have any problems. We stopped a bunch of people coming up there, but it wasn't like they were trying to push through us.
It wasn't aggressive or anything.
Nah. So the sheriff kept going back and forth because the sheriff was with us. He kept going back and forth with their command or whatever, figuring it out. They finally got us relieved. They were supposed to provide us with hotels.
Yeah.
But of course, mass chaos. All that stuff wasn't getting lined up in a timely manner, and so the sheriff was like, "Screw this." He went out and went to the Days Inn. I don't know how many other places he went to, but ended up going to Days Inn near the Inner Harbor. Yeah. And was like, hey, I got X amount of people. We're going to put it on the county card or whatever. You got these rooms available. And they're like, so you want to stay here for the night? And you guys are going to be in your police vehicles and stuff like that? Like, yep. Yeah. They're like pro bono. They're like, no, please come. Yeah. Please come. You can have all the rooms. Like, take them all. Just like help us.
Keep the trouble out of there. Yeah.
So the sheriff came back and he's like, hey, boys, we're going to go down to the Days Inn. These guys are getting ready to relieve us. Like, it was like Baltimore City guys came out and relieved us. Like, we're going to go down here. We're going to leave the MRAP here because it's too damn big to put anywhere else. So we had some Suburbans or Tahoes and F-250s. So we all piled all of our stuff into that, went there. And it's like, all right, get about 4 hours of rest, and we're going right back out. We're like,
damn.
God damn, bro. Like,
Yeah.
So a couple of us went, they had like a bar restaurant within Days Inn. So we went up there and we're like, hey, can we get a burger? You know, whatever, just get some food. And they hooked us up with some food, hooked us up with a room, got good food, got a hot shower, slept in bed for a little bit, and we were right back out for several hours. Kind of
same thing.
Well, going around to these little pockets with an MRAP and like trying to support other. We end up going to this one intersection, and I can't remember the name of it. There's a picture of Fox News on there with me, the sheriff, and another guy with the MRAP behind us, whatever. And we're basically like kind of just the National Guard. My unit had actually rolled in. Like I'm standing there with some of my unit members,
cool, yeah.
and they're all like, "Screw you," you know, I'm like suckers, you know. But we're like hanging out with those guys, and just basically just kind of like holding a line of defense there so they wouldn't come through. They had some stuff, but really they weren't really violent towards the National Guard.
They don't care about them.
They were more or less like they would tear up stuff that wasn't guarded. You know, they would burn up stuff and throw up stuff. Now they would,
but they wouldn't come to you and cause problems.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have any like some of the other guys
throwing shit at you and stuff.
Some of the Baltimore PD guys got it because they were like there where.
Well, it's also Baltimore City PD. That's
right.
The instance.
They were throwing all kinds of stuff at Bearcats and stuff like that, but they didn't mess with us for whatever reason. Maybe just because of the area we were in.
Yeah.
No clue. But,
Damn.
Yeah.
That was a quick trip though.
Well, and then we came back home.
Yeah.
And we were home for a day. We got a day of R&R. And they're like, all right, show back up on this day. We're going to re-outfit everything. The MRAP's going to get lettered because right now we had an MRAP for.
It was just black.
It was actually green.
Green, that's right. It was green.
It was hold on.
Yeah, it was green. You guys had a green, then you had the yellow letters on it, I think, right?
Yeah. So when we first got it, it was tan, and then they painted it green because the CERT team we wore green.
Yeah.
Right. And then they wanted to have it lettered, so we weren't confused with
National Guard
or anything like that, right? They didn't want it, like the whole militarization thing, right?
Yeah.
So they wanted it lettered for that or whatever, maybe some other reasons. But so we were doing that, and then we were kind of like doing the right thing. We were re-outfitting, make sure we had plenty of water. We had food on the truck. We had other supplies on the truck. We had more medical equipment on the truck.
You knew what you needed now. Yeah.
Right. And then we begged, borrowed, and pleaded from the jail for less than lethal because at that time, our SWAT team, our less than lethal program was basically like beanbag rounds with a shotgun. We didn't have the CS gas, yes.
Yeah.
But we didn't have like the foam batons, all the other stuff, the FN 303s, the pepper ball guns.
Yeah.
We weren't outfitted for that. We were deadly force. Like
you're a warrant team.
We were Overwatch, right?
You're a warrant team.
And so they would pair us up with some of the less than lethal, so State Police's team, Anne Arundel's team, Montgomery County's, like guys, we were just there for supplementing to be like Overwatch with lethal cover, right? So we got some stuff from our jail. We got a pepper ball gun, 2 or 3 pepper ball guns, some other stuff, whatever. End up going back up. I think the next day, I think we were home for 2 days.
Yeah.
And going back up the next day to stay for like, I think 3 days maybe.
Oh, okay.
And then this time they had stuff a little bit more organized. Yeah. Like they put us out there by M&T Stadium, underneath the overpasses.
Yeah.
That was like a big staging area for everybody.
Where the Ravens are.
Yep.
Yeah.
They assigned us to MSP State team to assist with them. Montgomery, was it Montgomery County? I think it was, or Howard County. Man, I wish I remember. I think it was Montgomery County.
Yeah.
Montgomery County helped us out with our I think we had, was it FN 303? The pepper ball gun or the FN 303?
Yeah.
The gas cylinders, we didn't have a way to recharge them up They had a mobile recharging station.
Oh, nice.
And then we had like an internal leak of one of the guns because we borrowed it from the jail. They had like their armor there, like helped us out, whatever. They actually gave us a couple extra, like smaller bottles, the gas bottles, whatever.
Yeah.
And so they helped us all out. And that really like opened the sheriff's eyes and the team's eyes of like, shit, we need a better, less than lethal program, like just for doing a barricade situation.
Yeah.
But so we started a lot of like, and other equipment, dude. Like we didn't have comms. Like we had walkie-talkie comms.
Yeah.
That's about it. Like we didn't have like the helmets.
You guys didn't have the headsets, like the teleport.
No, we didn't have any of that.
Damn.
Didn't have a really good gas mask. Like we had one, but not like a legit good one.
Yeah.
So from the Baltimore riots, some good did happen from it.
Yeah, you found out where you lacked equipment and gear.
And the sheriff saw the need for it and got the check. We did get some grants for some stuff, whatever. Like we got the Team Lindy helmets.
Yeah.
There was a grant that our emergency management program, our emergency management wrote that we were able to get the helmets from. Wasn't able to get the comms until a little bit later.
Yeah.
But we ended up getting the headset comms, less than lethal program, some more munitions, pepper ball gun. I'll tell you, pepper ball gun is where it's at.
I don't think we had one of those.
Dude, it's a paintball gun on steroids.
Yeah.
That takes pepper ball, so it's capsaicin, so the same thing that's in pepper spray, but it's pulverized to like a talcum powder consistency. So when you hit that, so you can use it for an impact or OC agent. So you can either contaminate a room to force somebody out. So like say you barricaded yourself in here or whatever, and we wanted to get you out, we could break some of that window and just like keep hitting like the corner of the room or something like that. And it just like makes it like pepper dust and it's bad.
You know what we did have? We never used it. We deployed it, but we never used it. We had the taser shotgun.
Oh, really?
That thing was nasty, dude.
Oh, I bet.
we never used it on anybody, but that thing we trained with it. It was sick.
Oh, but I think it was badass.
Oh, dude, it was sick. We never had to use it, but man, we had it on some deployments sometimes.
I think we had tasers by then. I can't remember. I ended up getting a taser. I did not have a taser the night of my shooting. I think it was after that we ended up getting tasers.
Yeah. You guys get back from Baltimore, and then you're back on the road. You're back at it. Got your dog still.
Yep. So I go back to the road patrol. Got my dog. Doing everything good. Like I said, there were some shifts making within the sheriff's office. They asked if I wanted another dog.
Yeah.
I told them
about the time you went to the marshals then.
Yeah. So I was like, hey, I want to do something different. I want to do something specialized. I said, if you send me to we didn't have anybody in the gang unit, so Salisbury PD and MSP had a gang unit within Salisbury City.
Yeah.
Street level stuff that they were doing, street level narcotics, gun work, whatever, right? Kind of like you're not a plainclothes, but more of a like aggressive enforcement.
Yeah, like a street crimes kind of
street
unit,
crimes unit. And I was like, hey, look, I was doing a lot of work for them while I was working, or they would call me in, because I had a single purpose dog. They just wanted that, right? So, hey, look, if you sign me to the gang unit because of the dog, I'll take another dog if I get assigned there. I said, but I don't want to be stuck in canine the rest of my career.
You're on patrol, yeah.
I said, I've had a good ride. Everything's been good, and they're like, well, that's why we're asking you, because you're one of our senior guys. We don't really just ask somebody. We just tell them.
Yeah, I'm sure they're trying to take care of you. You just went through the shooting and stuff.
Right, yeah. And I'm like, but look, if not, then I'm not taking another dog. I want to do something different. And position opened up with the Marshals Task Force.
Yeah.
So Glenn Hilliard was on the Marshals Task Force.
Yeah.
They pulled him off. He had done about 4 or 5 years on the Marshals Task Force. He'd been there for a while.
Yeah.
And normally they're a 5-year rotation on any task force, so drug task force, Marshals Task Force. They were changing up their CID. So the sheriff's office changed up CID. We were a combined CID with state police and the sheriff's office. And the sheriff wanted to go away from a combined one and just run it just for the sheriff's office, agency politics. You know? Not a bad idea, but, whatever. So they needed people with investigative skills to kind of plus up CID. So, you know, being in one of the Marshall Task Force, you know, you do a lot of investigative stuff. So Glenn was an easy choice. It was towards his end of his 5 years or close to 5 years on the Marshall Task Force. He was a great investigator, great guy. So they're like, hey, look, we're going to move you here. So they opened up the Marshall's Task Force. I put in for it. Like, I talked to Glenn about it.
Yeah.
I talked to our buddy Milt about it. You know, he was on the task force. I'm like, hey, look, like, at first it didn't really come out until Glenn, why they're taking them off, right? So I'm like, dude, why is Glenn coming off? Like, kind of secretive. Like, why is Glenn coming off? Is it a bad thing?
Yeah.
You know, what's the deal with this? Like, is this going to fit, you know, what I fit? And they're like, oh, hell yeah, you're a SWAT guy. This is what we do, you know, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, dude, I'm all in. So they made the changes. Glenn goes to CID. I retire my dog. I go to Marshall's Task Force. I think that was like 2016, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I think ran around 2016, I believe. Yeah, that sounds about right because I did about 16.
Yeah, you're right for me because I went like the end of 17, early 18. Mine was like December, January.
Yeah, but you were
17.
part time though when I came on.
I was part time for like 2 months.
Oh, okay.
And then they moved me to full time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think around I think it was like October, November ish. 2000. It was fall.
Yeah.
Fall of 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that was forever ago, dude.
I know, right?
feels like yesterday, but it was a long fucking time ago, dude.
Well, like you talking about like just shooting, right? It's been 11 years. Does not. I mean, I can remember a lot. That night of my shooting, before I went into work, I stopped at the car wash.
Yeah.
Even though it was cold as shit, like I like my vehicle's clean, right?
Yeah.
Went through the car wash, had a brand new uniform, pressed clean,
Yep.
spit shine boots, you know, looking good. Had the mindset of, hey man, I'm going to go get in the middle of something tonight. I want to make a good lockup.
Yep.
And yeah, watch what you wish for, guys.
Oh yeah, man.
You know,
yeah,
so.
mine's been going on 5.5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so you go there, and then I went through my transition there around 17, 18, and then you and I met. What a great fucking job, dude.
It is awesome.
I always tell everybody, like, the Marshalls was the funnest thing I ever did. K9 was the most rewarding because I had a great dog and I had a lot of fun doing it, and it was because of the dog I was successful with it. But the most fun I ever had was with the Marshalls, dude.
Yeah,
Hands
it's
down.
If you like to hunt,
Yeah.
working with a fugitive task force is...
Yeah. If you're one of those patrol guys that likes to go out and dig up shit,
Yep.
the Marshalls Task Force is it.
Yep. If you like to work, you like to hunt.
Yep.
If you're driven, Marshall Task Force is where it's at.
Yeah.
I mean, you can... It's fun to, like, work through how we do stuff to find the bandit, right?
Yeah.
And get the bandit and then figure out, okay, we know where he's at now, or we got a good idea where he's at, like, but how are we going to take him down, you know, safely, right?
Yeah.
And then, I mean, shit, we were always coming to Delaware to help you guys. You guys are coming over to
That
help
was
us
great,
all
dude.
the time.
We worked with you guys more than we did the guys up north.
Yeah, I mean,
Because you're closer to us, really.
that was, I mean, you know, that was back, we were running and gunning like nonstop. Like I was working like all the time, but
Yeah.
it was fun.
It was all
like
the
it
time.
was like enjoyable. Like you were going after some severely bad dudes and
Yeah.
girls. And
You
it
wanted
was
to go to
like-
work.
Yeah, you wanted to be like, hey,
Yeah.
look, and my wife, she bought into it, right? She's like, what you're doing makes a difference. You're going after the really bad guys. You
Yeah.
know, you're not just like working, you know, like some BS shift or something like that,
Yeah.
or picking up some BS overtime
Yeah.
or anything like that. It's like when your guys call,
Yeah.
they
Well, it's
need
like
you.
Amanda. She always felt safer when I went to the Marshals because I was working with guys who had a
Right.
shit ton of experience, shit
You're
ton
not
of
by
training.
yourself in
You're
the
not
middle
by
of the night.
yourself, right? You're
Yeah.
with a team all the time.
Yep.
It was just a different, totally different atmosphere, dude.
Yeah. And we had you guys had a good group. We had a good group. And then when we
Yeah.
came together, we meshed really, really good. I mean, I think the first time we all came together when I was on task force, it was like we had been working with each other for years.
Yeah, it was great.
I mean, it was everybody knew the job. Everybody was great. No egos. It was awesome, man. It was in Milford, the palace or whatever. Like every time I ride by the palace.
Oh, we were doing surveillance.
We were
that
doing
night.
surveillance.
That's one of your cases, wasn't it?
Yeah, one of my cases. Yeah. I was like, every time I ride by there, I was like,
we went there and sat at the bar and were hunting for that dude.
yeah.
I think we found him. sometime later after that. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I can't remember because
Those were fun though, man. You just like you're in plain clothes.
Yep.
You're like, oh, I think this dude works here. We're gonna go in, get a table, sit at the bar, or whatever. See if we can get eyes on him. That shit was fun, dude.
Yeah, it's the best part about being a cop, right?
Yeah.
Like your probable cause, he's already got a warrant. Makes it easy.
Yeah,
right.
you don't have
Makes
to do
it
anything.
easy. You don't have to make shit up. You don't have to like follow a guy for forever to hope that he
Nope.
doesn't use a turn signal or something like that. Like you go in, you're like, he's got a warrant, and you just got to figure out
He's
how.
he's got a warrant. It's for a violent felon.
Yeah, like how am I going to catch this guy?
Yep.
And you gotta put in the work. Like
That was cool, man.
bad guys don't be out at day work 8 to 4.
Yeah.
You gotta put in the work.
I'll jump ahead because I want to talk about Glenn too. Mm-hmm. You had a shitty string there. I got hit.
Yep.
You lost your mom, and
Yep.
then right after that, we lost Glenn. I don't know if you knew he cooked, but we lost he cook.
Yep.
It was just a boom, 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 dude.
Yeah. So
Like how were you doing with all that going on at once? How were you managing that? And you don't have to go into detail with anything you don't want, but
yeah, my mom's death hit me pretty hard.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we'll back up for a little bit for that. So the night of your shooting, so get a call from Jason Smith. He was a sergeant with MSP. At that time, we did not have a marshal because that's when Barry and Brian had retired.
Yeah.
And we hadn't gotten a marshal down.
yeah, you guys were in that in between stage.
Right.
Still.
Well, we were still blessed with go out. We were deputized, still
Yeah,
go
you're
out
still
there, do
with
your
Cardiff,
thing.
yeah.
We had a marshal that was like assigned to us, but it was like a part-time thing. Like if we had a question, we needed something, we would call him, right?
Yeah.
So anytime we were doing ops, we had to run it through him or whatever, right? So your guys is getting the lead for the dude. Someone, I think it was Josh, called Jason somewhere like.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jason Smith calls me up. It was he calls me and he's like, "Hey man, are you available tonight?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm always available. What's up?" And he's like, "Hey, Delaware guys, they got a lead for this homicide suspect. They were going to do something tomorrow on it, but TJ's out in Rehoboth doing surveillance on it. They need help."
Fucking TJ.
Yeah. I was like, "Cool, man." I was like, "Look, dude, Crystal just put dinner on the table. I mean, she just put it in front of me.
Yeah.
Do I need to leave right now or do I have time to eat?" She's like, no, go ahead and eat. They're just doing surveillance now. They don't know where the guy is, but they think he's at a hotel. They're sitting up on the hotel. We don't know a whole lot, He goes, you're the closest guy. Can you start that way? Chris Snyder is going to be coming
Yeah.
in a little bit. And then the other guys, so Joe Burt was on our team at the time. He lives probably about 10 miles away from me. So he's like, I'm going to call those guys all, but you're the closest. Like, all right, cool. Going to eat the spaghetti on my way, right? Because I think I just got home. Like,
Yeah.
And Chris was like, what the hell's going on now? And I'm like,
I was the same way. I was eating dinner. I told man I'll be back later.
yeah. I was like, Delaware guys need something. It's pretty important. I got to go. My team needs you. I got to go.
Yeah.
Right. So I sat down and I ate my spaghetti, got myself, got in it, headed towards you. Got on 24 at some point, got on your guys' radio channel, heard you guys just chatter.
Yeah.
And 2 minutes away when I heard Josh get on the radio, said you were shot.
Yeah.
And I had that medic bag in the back of my truck. So I had to, so I was like I was our team's combat medic, if you want to say that. I'm not an EMT or anything like that,
Yeah.
but I've had the life-saving combat CCC or whatever training through the Army and the law enforcement side of it. I was a TCCC instructor at the time, I believe. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, all right, I got to get there. I'm going to get there, and I'm going to pull right up there to TJ. I'm going to put him in the back seat. I had a Dodge pickup truck.
Yep.
Back seat's pretty big, so I'm going to put him back here. And then I got to figure out how to get to the hospital because I didn't know Rehoboth area, right?
Yeah.
So, dude, I'm looking at that GPS, and people are not getting out of the way. I got lights and siren on. I'm running people off the road, and I come across the Route 1 there, and I am sideways, and I'm not familiar with that area. I'm looking at GPS, looking for you guys. I don't see any lights. I don't see any. I'm like, where the hell is this shit at? I remember coming into the parking lot, never saw you guys leaving at all.
Yeah.
Like
you
total,
missed us by like seconds.
total tunnel vision.
Yeah.
And I see where your guys' vehicles, because I knew your vehicles, so I see where your vehicles are at. I don't even have a vest on at this time because I figured we were doing surveillance. My vest was in my back seat.
Yeah.
I jump out, got my gun out, and I'm yelling for you guys. Hey, where are you guys at? And there is freaking shell casings, bullets, shit everywhere. So I'm like, what the hell? Like, I drove right up in the X, right? Like, right up there, right? And I'm like, where's everybody at? And I'm like, TJ, Josh. And then, like, finally, I hear George off to my right, and I look over, and I see George standing in the parking lot, you know, guns down on a dude, right? So I sprint over there to George. I'm like, what you got? He's like, he's down, you know, Josh took TJ, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right. I said, so we got to check him out. So we go shoulder to shoulder with, I don't even know if I have a vest on at this time, dude. Like, I can't remember. At one point, I ran back to the truck and I put a vest on, but I don't think I had a vest on at this time.
Initially, yeah.
I don't even know if I had my badge out, to be honest. Like, I really don't. And I go shoulder to shoulder with George, and we're coming up on him, and I remember telling him, like, you cover me, I'm going to roll him, right? Yeah. So I'll roll him over, saw the gun in his hand, kicked the gun away from him, and just saw that he was not breathing anymore. He was not alive. And I'm like, all right, cool. And I'm like, I think that's when I decided, like, oh shit, I don't have a vest on. I better get a fucking vest on.
Yeah.
You know, like, lights and siren are coming. I'm like, I think I might have had my badge around my neck, because back then I used to wear it around my neck all the time. I don't even know if it was out though. Like, so I sprint back to the truck, probably like a good football and a half field away, maybe.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good hike.
And get back to the truck, and I'm like, fuck, my truck's right in the middle of this shit, right? So like, and it's a parking lot. People are still driving all the way through these here. So like, I got to move my truck in advantage so I can try to block things, get my vest on. Somebody's yelling from the freaking hotel. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Lights and sirens are coming. Cavalry's coming. I remember the first police guys get there, like, stop them so they don't drive into X like I did. I'm like, hey, look, it happened over here. Shut this area down. I don't know where everybody else is. Like, I don't know. Like, bad guy's over here. He's down, you know? But yeah, and it goes on from there. But I beat myself up every day that I did not leave when I got the call from Jason, because I'd have been there. I'd have been there.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it would eat me up too. But you can't let it. You know, you can't change anything.
It eats me up. I will take it to my grave. Yeah. Like, I am sorry.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry. No, hell no, man. I'll be sorry.
I chose spaghetti over getting there 2 minutes sooner.
You didn't know, dude.
I know.
You were still there for George. George needed somebody. He was by himself, man. He was on the island out there.
Yeah, and I stayed with George all the way until we got to the troop, and, you know, until that I couldn't stay with him any longer.
Yeah.
And I didn't know, like, I knew Toby and the other guys from the task force that showed up. I didn't know who they were. Yeah. Like, I thought that George's partner that's up in Wilmington, I forget the dude's name. I thought he was the marshal, because he just, you know, he had the marshal's placard on like we did and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm trying to direct or whatever. And he's like, dude, I work with George. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like,
Toby was the marshal,
Yeah, like, I knew Toby. I knew he was a ways out and stuff like that. But, yeah, my biggest thing is that, like, I wish that I left when I got the call.
Yeah, I mean, I'd feel the same way. But
I mean, it's just, I don't know if I'd have changed anything.
You don't know in that moment. You don't know.
You're
like,
if I'd have changed anything.
They're on surveillance. I'll be out there a little bit. No big deal.
And, you know, listening to you guys on the radio, like, selfishly, I was like, in my head, I was like, don't go yet. Wait for me. Wait for me. Wait for me. Because I wanted to be there.
We're all like that.
Right? I wanted to be there, not, and I should have been like, hey, you only got 3, just wait. But
yeah, we're all like that, man.
But man, look, I
didn't want to wait because I didn't want him getting that hotel.
And 100%,
too many innocent people.
And I worked with you guys and trusted you guys so much that I wasn't going to get on the radio Monday Night Quarterback it and be like, if Josh and you guys say you're good and everybody says, hey, I'm all marked up, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to be the little bird. You know?
I mean, there's a lot of people that Monday morning quarterback it, but my thought was, if he gets in that fucking hotel and we go to a shooting, there's going to be a lot more fucking people hurt from fucking gun from rounds going off.
Yeah,
in,
I mean, well,
in this parking lot. So
you think about what you had, right? You had Target's girl with a wife or a girlfriend, I don't remember,
right,
and a kid. Like, who would have thought that Target would have done a shootout with this kid there, right?
Right.
But, you know, bad people make bad decisions, I guess.
Yeah.
So
they're
like,
gonna be in the, they're gonna be in the car. They're gonna be in the hotel room with him.
yeah. So I'm like,
You know what I mean?
I was
At least in the car, I can see him.
right.
In a hotel room, we get into a shooting. I can't shoot into a
Yeah,
hotel
I
room.
mean,
can't
knowing
see
what I
anything.
knew on the radio, listen to what you guys were putting it out, and I'm picturing it in my head, not knowing the layout, everything, but I think what I heard on the radio was a pretty good picture of everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, and like you guys say, hey, you think we're good? Yeah, we're good. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, like, but like in my head, I was thinking like, no wait, but I was like, not wait because I didn't want you guys to go take them down. I wanted to be there during the takedown. Like, I mean, I'm driving all this way up here, you know, like I want to be there, like I want to be getting into action.
I was on the phone with Mike Wilson like 30 seconds before he pulled in the parking lot because Mike was southbound, and I was let me let you go because he's probably going to be here soon. It's been a while, blah blah blah. Sure enough, he got the phone and fucking dude pulls in. Mike eats himself up too, but what are you gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it is what it is. You know?
Well, Mike was coming from an extradition though. He was
He had just landed from Atlanta, and he was like coming through Smyrna when it happened. He was southbound. He'd already dropped the guy off at I think it was Gander Hill. He dropped him off, but yeah, dude. What are you gonna do? It would eat me up too.
yeah.
So.
I mean,
You're not
eats me
wrong
up.
for feeling that way because I would feel the same way too. But you know, you shouldn't feel that way because you
I
don't
know,
know.
but
You don't
you
know.
know,
They told you like, yeah, they're just doing surveillance. I'm like, all right.
yeah. I mean, that's just like they haven't located him yet. They think he's here, but he's out surveillance. His vehicle's not here. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, all right, it's just a bowl of spaghetti. I'll eat it real quick.
Yeah.
You know.
But you were still there for me, man. You're still there for me. You know.
Yeah.
You were fucking pedal down, dude. You know.
Oh, I'd have been there quicker, but like, so even though the GPS was telling me where I'm at, right?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to run lights and siren down. I think it's 24, right?
Yeah, 24 out
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
I didn't want to run lights and siren down 24 because I didn't know the proximity that I was at, if you could hear the siren or anything like that.
Yeah.
Until when you guys said, hey, we're going to take them down, right? I was like, I'm trying to get a little bit more gas, but fucking traffic on 24 was
Awful.
killing me.
Yeah, it's
I couldn't
awful.
pass anybody because
Yeah.
it's
It's always
hit-on
like
type
that.
stuff, right? And it wasn't until Josh got on the radio that I hit the lights and siren, and I just started like, I'm surprised I didn't push people out of my way.
Yeah.
Like, if they weren't moving, I was going around them. I was doing everything. And I came on one, dude. I was sideways.
Yeah.
Like, in that Dodge pickup truck, all the way. Like, people had to think I was a madman. Like, I don't know how.
How long were you on scene for? Did you get out of there pretty quick?
No, dude, I was there for a long time.
Were you?
And it was. And here's
Well,
the,
DSP probably had to talk to you. I'm
No.
sure. No.
dude. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Like, I stayed there and I stayed with George pretty much the entire time until George's. I don't know if his rep got there.
Probably, yeah. His FOP rep.
I don't know if his rep got there, but it was a homicide guy that knew, or it was, I don't know if he's homicide. He was DSP CID. He knew George and put George, like I was telling George, like, George, we need to get out of here. Like, we need to go somewhere.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We need to get out of here.
Yeah.
You know, we need to go, right? And so the guy like talked to him and puts him in his car or whatever. And like, George, don't say shit to him. Like, I don't care if you know him or not. Don't say shit. Like,
Yeah.
you CID, don't say shit. You guys are good all day long, but don't say shit to him, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, how you doing? He's like, like, have you heard anything about TJ? And I'm getting updates from the guys or whatever. They're texting me.
Yeah.
Somehow Barry Bobright finds out about
Barry
it.
was the first one there, dude.
Yeah,
I didn't even know him.
And he knew the doctor was working on you.
Yeah, I didn't even know Barry yet.
We got firsthand knowledge from it because he basically Barry just walked right on in there.
He was
like,
the first one at the hospital. He almost beat me there.
Yeah. So I'm like, what the hell,
Oh, man.
and but Barry's like a legend within the Marshal Service.
That's why if like people listening don't know, but like I never met Barry before this, but Barry showing up to it and me not knowing him, like that's Barry.
Yeah.
Like that dude is just going to be there. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yep. He was,
great
and he's
dude,
very
man.
very soft spoken.
Yeah.
When I first came on a task force, I didn't know how to take Barry a whole lot at first because he didn't really like laugh and joke or anything like that. It was like almost very stern, like almost like your stern principal.
Yeah.
But he had a sense of humor. He was just a great guy. He was just always like whatever he was doing, he was focused. He had a lot of stuff going on. But anything you needed, a guy got it for you.
Yeah. Great
like,
dude, man.
Yeah. And
that's funny.
yeah, we were like, Snyder's texting the group like, "What's going on?" I'm like, dude, how do you know this?
Yeah.
And Snyder calls me up. He's like, "Dude, Barry's at the hospital." I was like, "What?" Because I knew he lived in the area.
He lived right down the street from the hospital all the time.
Yeah.
Around the corner.
And I was like, "Dude, how the hell you knew? Like,
It's wild.
what's going on?" You
Yeah.
know?
And then I finally met him, like, jump ahead. It was like, man, I think that first time I met him was, we did a night out at the Starboard or something like that summer or something. I think that was the first time I met him, maybe. I can't remember. Or no, maybe I met him. It might have been at Glenn's funeral I met him, I think. That's what it was. But anyway, yeah, man, wild. You were there. You were there for me.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I was going to be there for you when you needed it, so.
And you were.
That's the way
And
it
you
was,
were.
man. That's the way it works.
I'll tell you, so when my mom passed away, you know, for those that don't know, that she was killed in a car accident. And we had a memorial service. We didn't, because she got cremated, so we had a memorial service. And
This is like a month after me. Not even, maybe. Like a month, maybe.
yeah, it was February 4th, 2021, I think. I'm going to beat myself up for not knowing it.
No.
But I think it's like, no, I'm sorry. It's not. It was not February 4th. That's my dad's. It's not. That's my dad's
It
birthday.
was around that time frame, though. Because I wasn't home from the hospital very long.
It was January 3rd, not February. It was January 3rd.
Yeah, because I got home on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, it was January 3rd when she got killed in the car accident.
Yeah.
And when we had the memorial service at the funeral home, when I saw you walk in, dude, I was like,
Yeah.
Still gets me.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
But I'm like, here a guy has been shot 6 times, and he made it for me. You know, like,
Well, you were there for me, dude. I wasn't gonna leave
it
you
means a
hanging.
lot. It means a lot.
Leave you hanging. Josh, Mike, and George got me and said they were going, and I was like, well, I'm going. And then Manny was like, you need to take your walker. I was like, fuck that walker.
Nope.
I'm not going out there and meet Jonesy with a walker.
Yeah, when I saw you come in, I think I pushed people out of the way.
Yeah,
like,
had a fresh haircut, cut all my hair off.
yeah,
Yeah.
looking good. Like, I didn't see, like, when you first came in, it was like I saw it down the line or whatever. I was
Yeah.
like, you guys can wait. Like,
Yeah, it was good to see you, man.
yeah,
But there was no way I was going to miss that. I remember before we went over there, we went to your guys' office, the marshal's office you guys had down there at the warehouse. Hung out there for a little bit before we headed over. And, but yeah, it was just, you know, it was like there was no question I was going to that, you know. I was going to that.
man, I'll tell you, that meant the world to me.
Yeah.
Still does.
Yeah. Well, I love you, man. I wasn't going to miss out on you, you know. I wasn't going to miss out on you. So it is. But yeah, rough few weeks there.
Yeah, then I got promoted in February to corporal.
Yep.
Of 21. Had to come off the task force. And sheriff, we were actually at CERT training, SWAT training, and me and Jordan Banks, my best friend, business partner, he got promoted to sergeant at the time, and he had to come off the task force, but I was going back in CID.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, dude, like, TJ gets shot, my mom gets killed, I'm coming off the task force. Had to put my patrol dog, I had to put Fiasco down.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I can't remember if it was before I got promoted or after, but it was in February. Like, I
Yeah.
think it was before. Like, even the sheriff was like, dude,
You had a lot of shit going on, dude.
He's like, you've had a lot, man. Are you? I was like, oh, I'm here. You know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was a lot. I'm like, fuck 2020, fuck 21. You know, like,
yeah, dude.
screw all this shit.
Yeah.
And then Glenn, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Glenn in 22 22, June 12th, 2022. Wears bracelet every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just he cook.
He Cook was a couple months after me,
Yep.
and then Glenn was a year later.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was actually less than a year from from Hecook. I don't remember the date for Hecook. Sorry for not knowing that, but yeah, I remember. So I was working the night that Hecook was killed.
Okay.
We were out doing something.
Yeah.
And because I was on task force. We were out doing something, and I remember like that night for whatever reason. Normally I take like the back way home.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason that night I was like, no, I'm not taking it back. Maybe it's because it was like deer hunting season and during the rut and all that. I was like, whatever. So I ended up going down Line Road, and where his incident happened is like right off a Line Road behind the Wawa there in Delmar. And I get home and I go to bed, and I wake up the next morning, and a good friend of mine like is texting me. He's like, dude, what happened? What Delmar cop? And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, I ain't heard anything.
Yeah.
And then my phone's blown up. Like I woke up and then like saw what was going on. And I was like, son of a bitch. I said, I wonder if when I was driving, because I had my county radio on. So anytime I was working, and I was working in the county, I had my county radio on. You know, because if shit was going bad, I was going to go help the guys out, or if they were bad by themselves, or some bullshit alarm or something like that, I'll go help them out. And I don't remember ever hearing anything, but it was like, I would say it was like an hour after me driving past that and that happened. It was that close proximity.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, what a weird coincidence of how things happen.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it was just.
Yeah, it sucks, man. It's fucking, beat to death.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Like and it wasn't even his call. It was a DSP's call.
Yeah.
But it's just right outside of
Just
Delmar.
outside, so it's
I mean, so they're going to get there
yeah.
faster anyway.
Yeah, that one was tough for me because I was like another like boom for like survivor's guilt that hit me.
Right.
I went to those, and that was tough. Like I went to his services, and that was literally like just over a month after my shooting.
Yeah.
That fucking sucked. And then we go on, and then jump ahead to the following February. Was it Glenn, right? Was it February?
No, it was June.
Was it June?
June of 2022.
I'm all fucked up. I was thinking it was February. So you jump to Glenn, and that was a rough one too, dude.
Yeah, man. Like,
I know it was rough for you because you worked with him.
Yeah, I mean, he was so like I was his corporal back in CID.
Yeah.
And he had gone back to patrol at that time, but I was his corporal back in CID. Knew Glenn for many years. He was a team guy. Just got on the CERT team. We were actually scheduled, like within a week. He was going to go down to me, Jordan, and him. We're going to go down to Virginia Beach for Warrior Expo together.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you told me about that.
We were all looking forward to that because it's a good time.
Yeah.
And just a good dude. And I get a call from a CERT guy, and he's like, hey man, what's going on in Pittsville? I'm hearing that one of us got shot. I'm like, dude, I don't know. I'm home. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's like, and at this time I had came off of CID, and I was now the corporal in judicial protection, aka courts. So like my radio was like at home. I don't have the radio on. Like I wasn't on call. The calls wasn't coming out yet. I'm like, bro, I don't know. Let me make some phone calls, right? So I'm like, I don't want to call dispatch because if one of us did get shot, dispatch is going to be crazy, right? So like I'm calling around, and I call Vincent Props, team sergeant, great guy, one of my role models. And he's like, I'm like, hey man, like, what's going on? I'm hearing that one of us got shot or something like that. And he's like, yeah, Matt, I know. And like hangs up the phone. And I'm like,
stressed out.
Dude, that's not like Vincent. I'm like, oh shit. Like I saw a call, my buddy back up. I'm like, dude, something's bad has happened. I don't know what it is yet, but I called Vincent, and Vincent chewed my head off, and like for no reason. And that's not, I mean, he was like, what? Because that's not Vincent, right? And so end up coming together. I just run and go get my radio, turn my radio on, hear all this freaking chatter. And it's still kind of unclear what's going on. Like, one of us got shot, but we don't know what it is. Text messages are coming out. I'm like, fuck it. Like, I'm put my search shit on. And then I get a call from Benson. Benson's like, go to the sheriff's office. Go to the sheriff's office. Go get the MRAP. Meet back at the Pittsville Fire Department. Well, I live like 5 minutes from the Pittsville Fire Department.
Yeah.
But I'm one of the only guys who can drive the MRAP at a time, right?
Yeah.
The only guy on the CERT team at a time, because we had guys come off and we hadn't done
Spun it up yet.
Right. It's one of those things we kept pushing off because we didn't drive it that often,
Yeah.
right? It was just so damn big. And I'm like, are you sure you don't want me to go to the scene? He's like, no, Matt, there's plenty of guys there. Like, I need you to go to the MRAP. And found out that, Glenn was hit and he was taken to the hospital, but it still wasn't clear
The status
of him or what all was going on. So, like, dude, you talk about stress. Like, I'm running around the house trying to get, and I have all my gear like laid out already,
spot,
ready to go. All I literally do is just gotta get grab my gun, jump in the truck, right?
Yeah.
Too easy. I'm running around the house trying to get stuff, whatever. And Crystal, God bless her soul, she was like, what can I do? I say, stay the fuck out of my way.
Yeah.
Just stay out of my way. And I'm running around like a madman getting stuff. I jump in a truck, license siren, all the way to the sheriff's office. Get to the sheriff's office, and I'm already like, so I was like an assistant team leader at the time. Because normally the sergeants were team leaders, but I was a corporal, so I was like still like an assistant team leader. So I was like calling some guys because you normally have to have like an A driver or a passenger with you at the MRAP because there's so many blind spots.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I called up one of the guys that I know that lives closer to the sheriff's office because everybody else, we want them just to go to the scene, right? Just go there. So I'm trying to think like, all right, I knew where everybody lived on the team. I'm like, call somebody up, say, hey, meet me at the sheriff's office. I think it was actually Ben Parsons. I said, meet me at the sheriff's office. I need you to be my A driver for the MRAP. We got to take it down there. And somebody else, so I call them and say, you guys take the white trucks, or our SWAT truck was a white box truck or whatever, had all our equipment in there, right? So we get there, and someone is already, and I can't remember if it was Ben Parsons or Brandon Scott, but they're already there, and they're already getting stuff ready, like throwing stuff, because we had like an equipment locker that we were throwing stuff in, and they're getting stuff ready, and I'm like, so I guess I was the only supervisor there for our team, wherever. I'm like, get your stuff, put it in the truck. You take the truck, go there now. So-and-so is here. As soon as we can get the damn MRAP, because the MRAP was inside of the garage of the sheriff's office, and the way it's backed in, you got to do like a 5-point turn to get it out or whatever. You got to pull the mirrors. It's a freaking hassle, right? Yeah. So, like, get everybody, get our stuff up. And I'm like, we're not waiting for anybody because they wanted us to have, like, a marked vehicle, like, escort us. I'm like,
yeah, just get there.
Let's just go. Yeah. Like, exigency,
like,
I'll run whatever thing over. Like, let's just go. Like, people will get out of our way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a tank.
So we end up going, we get there. And I remember getting there, and the fire department was like a staging area, like the headquarters, the operations quarter or whatever was going on. I remember getting there, and it's mass chaos. You got cops coming in from everywhere, and they just want to help.
Yeah, right.
Like we still didn't know the status. We didn't know if the suspect was I think the suspect was still at large at the time. Well, I know he's still at large at the time, but no one really knew what was coming in. Cops are coming in, like self-dispatching from being off duty. Just they hear about it, they're coming in. I had 2 of my court guys self-dispatched coming there, right?
Yeah.
And not your traditional like old-timer court guys, like legit dudes coming there to help out. And just kind of going there, and people were trying to get assignments. So I remember going there, and it was me, Benson, pretty sure Jordan. Yeah, Jordan got there before all of us. He just went there first. And we meet with the chief deputy, some troopers, command staff, some troopers who were kind of set up like a command post type thing, like started issuing out and try to figure out what radio channels we're all going to go to, because everybody's got different radio channels,
Yeah.
And we finally get the word, like, Glenn has been killed, and they don't want to use our team for anything because they knew that he was a team guy and that they're afraid of what the outcome would be, right? And I'm like, this bullshit put us in a fight. Like, give us something to do.
Yeah, right.
You
You
know,
can't
this
just you want to do
bullshit,
something. Yeah.
get us something to do. And they're like, no. Like, they're like, go to the hospital. Go secure the hospital.
Yeah.
Go be with Glenn. And I was like, just like, and seeing other department teams coming that we worked with, Salt Lake City, Worcester County, and like, they're like, don't put it out yet. It's not on don't put it on the radio. Don't put it out. You can tell the team guys, but no text messages, no phone calls. We don't know who's been notified yet. Just
it spreads like fucking wildfire, dude.
yeah. I mean, Amanda knew. Well, she got
She
it.
knew
Like,
before I was at the fucking hospital.
right. And so Benson, he's a military guy, the 82nd Airborne.
Yeah.
You know, like just a freaking natural born leader. He gets everybody in the white truck and gets all the team guys. Anybody that he could see that was not busy from the sheriff's office. So you had guys who were first coming get there, and didn't know what to do with us right now because it's very fluid. Shit was coming through, phone calls. So he grabs everybody and he's like, first of all, don't fucking put it out to anybody. Don't tell you anything to anybody like that. But he goes, I don't know how else to put it, but Glenn's dead. Don't know the details about it. He's at the hospital and he's dead. They don't want us to go out there and do anything. They got enough help. They want us to go to the hospital to be with Glenn to secure the hospital, whatever. And of course, it just like fucking, I mean,
Yeah, it just hits you.
Hit you, dude. Like, hit you. And you're just like, so we kind of take a while to kind of like collectively get our shit together. And we're like, all right, well, obviously leave the MRAP here because we're not going to take that to the fucking hospital. I was like, well, do they need the MRAP for anything? Do you need me to stay to drive the MRAP? And they're like, no, don't worry about it. Like, just leave it. We all loaded up in the back of the white van and a couple of other SUVs just so that in case, you know, people had to come and go or whatever. And then we were heading out and something came across the radio about a possible location of the suspect. And it was unclear on the radio exactly where it was at. Like, it sounded like it was near the school in that area, and we were just getting ready to pass the school on like a back road.
Yeah, and you're like, dude.
And I was like, dude, stop it. Like, guys, don't do it. Get out, form a perimeter. Like, get a line, you know, let's get our stuff, whatever. Like, just stay here, you know, let's figure out where we're going, but we're not going anywhere right now, right? So, and like Benson was giving the stuff, Jordan and me were kind of like doing stuff or whatever, right? And then it finally comes out, it was further down the road.
Yeah.
Bad guys in custody. They got them. Everybody can breathe a little sigh of relief. We get back in the truck and we head to the hospital, and it is freaking dead silence. Like, the only thing you hear is the road and the static on the radio because every time you turn off the damn vehicle, reset the program on radio, no one takes time to do anything. Mm-hmm. And, you know, just like turn that shit off. Like, no one's saying anything. We get to the hospital. There's a shit ton of cops at the hospital. And we're all kind of standing outside the ER area. And at some point, his wife is brought up there. And she's you know, crying pretty bad. And we all start to lose it from there at that point. And they wanted her to be the first one to go in, you know, which rightfully so, right?
Sure, yeah.
So she goes in for a little bit, and she's not in there very long, dude. And the sheriff comes. I'm pretty sure it was the sheriff. That part's all fuzzy. It's like, hey, Tashika wants the team in here. And so we all get in there and kind of form around Glenn. And Tashika's on the bedside with him, and we're all up there beside her or whatever, and she tries to put on a good face, and she's kind of like saying like, you know, hey, you know, he died doing a job that he loved to do, and he loved the team and loved all of us, and goes into the fact of like who are the two dudes that's supposed to be going to Virginia Beach with them, and like me and Jordan's like, that's supposed to be us, you know. She's like, what were you guys planning? It's like, you know, team in there, sheriff's in there. She's like, what were you guys planning? Because he's all looking up like what dance clubs he can go to and all this other stuff. Like, oh no, I don't know what that was all about. And she goes like, yeah, right, whatever. So she kind of turns it a little bit, tries to lighten the mood, but
Strong woman, man.
she is. I'm telling you, throughout the whole thing, even the trial.
I never met her, but every time I saw her, she had a smile on her face, man.
Smile, yep. Smile. Always like brighten up the room, like just like I don't know how she found the strength to do it. Like she held it like, you know, we go in and we were the only people that went into the hospital. Team, some of her family member, their son, their daughter.
Yeah.
Which is really hard because Trenton, his son, looks just like Glenn.
Yeah.
Jersey, his daughter looks just like Tashika. And man, that was the worst, I think. But she comes out, dude, and she gives a speech to everybody that's out there, and it's just basically like, Glenn died at the job he loved doing, you know, don't feel bad for him, you know, it's just not the way he wanted to go, but this is the way that he went and all this other stuff. I'm like, how can you even talk right now?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not married to the guy and I can't keep it together, you know?
Yeah.
You know, that's my teammate laying up there and I can barely keep it together. Like, how the hell is she keeping it together? And even during like the trial stuff, so I went to the trial for like one day, and it's kind of weird how it all worked out. Like my last day at the sheriff's office was the first day of his trial, or of the murder that killed.
Oh, I didn't
right?
realize that.
So like, I was off. Like I wasn't in uniform. I said my goodbyes, whatever. Yeah, it was the very next day I started my new job.
Mm.
And I remember going, and the Sheikah sitting right up front there with her family and the sheriff and all that. And I'm like, how can she sit there and like listen to this and look at this? Like,
yeah.
Like, and just be like attentive, like
evidence, photos, and everything. Yeah.
The body worn camera. The body worn camera got me.
Yeah.
Got me, man. Like, and I consider myself a pretty tough dude, but that body worn camera got me. Like,
yeah, for sure, man. It would get me. It would get me too.
And you know, and she held like no sobbing, no nothing or anything like that. Held it all together. Very professional, and I'm like, holy shit. I mean, shoot, Chase Harmon, the guy that found Glenn, he was on our team too. He was the very first guy there, and his testimony just freaking, I lost it, and I'm just, I'm in the back of it, and I have to excuse myself in the courtroom, and me and Kelly Matthews, he was a sergeant down in courts at the time. We coordinated how the security was going to be done in the courtroom, outside the courtroom in the courthouse, with the head judge, the state's attorney's office, and the defense attorney's office. The defense attorney's office didn't have a say of like the security side, but we needed to have them play a role into it because, when they do jury selection, they ask all the questions, you stand up, and then you go in front of the judge. Well, they knew it was going to be a long jury selection, so they didn't want everybody to stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down. So they end up doing the jury selection. They initially did the initial panel, right? And then anybody that had a problem with any of the questions, they wrote down the jury numbers. And then after all the questions were asked, the jurors stayed in the courtroom, and then they brought them in one by one, numerical order, or however they did it, whatever, into, it's actually the jury's deliberation room. They brought them in there with the judge, the state's attorney, the defense attorney, the suspect, court clerk, the stenographer.
Yeah.
Like in a small room, right? And everybody had like assigned seating, right? Because they wanted to do this, so it caused a big security risk, only because there's big windows in that room, right? And they were worried about not only him trying to break one of those windows and jump out, but he's in there with a bunch of other people, like kirking out on these other people, right? And we were especially worried about the jury selection or whatever, the civilian that was coming in there, right? So we had to basically is like sign seating and placement, and we put him back in this like back corner. There's no real way for him to do anything that someone couldn't be on him, you know. And then like I think there was one or two deputies in there too. There's some stink about, since it was in the same county, the sheriff's office being the security for him as well. So we coordinated with Worcester County. Worcester County brought deputies in to provide security on him. Movement from the jail to there. He was being held at a different jail. Mm. The movement from the jail to there while he was there, security, and then the sheriff's office did the security of everything else. So that way there was nothing could be said about like we're doing intimidation or anything like that. Like there's a lot of thought process between state's attorney, defense attorney's office, and the administrative judge. Like and there was a lot of coordination. So I got to help with all that, but I never got to like see it worked out because I was gone. But they say, I mean, obviously it was a long trial, but they said that security wise it went well. Yeah. So
hit some soft spots there, man. We hit some soft ones here towards the end.
Yeah.
That's what usually happens anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you retired. I don't want to get into everything you do now with your new job because I don't want to put it out there, but you also have started a company.
Yep. So me and Jordan Banks a couple of years ago started Wilcom Strategic.
Yep.
We do firearms training. It started out as kind of more of a dream or a wish, kind of jokish type thing at first. Right when Maryland changed the requirements, if you had to buy a handgun, you had to have this handgun qualification license. Mm-hmm. So I'm a firearms instructor, or I was a firearms instructor for the Whatcom County Sheriff's Office. So I'm certified through Maryland Police Training Commission as a firearms instructor, and I'm currently still one for my new agency. So with that, I applied with that certification. I applied with Maryland State Police Licensing to be able to be an HQL instructor.
Gotcha.
Right. So really easy. Just fill out the form. They're like, "Oh, you're a police guy. You know, you got this training. Cool. Check. Whatever." And I did that just so that like family and friends, if they want to go buy a gun, they got to have this 4-hour course.
Yeah, right.
All it is a firearm safety course.
Yeah.
Right. So I can just do this course. You know, Maryland State Police Licensing tells you what the requirements are, and you kind of build it off of that. Well, I basically just taught the same thing that you teach as a police officer.
Yeah. Just
put it in our words.
Yeah.
And meet the requirement and stuff like that, right? So I already had that. So I already was a HQIC, handgun qualification instructor qualified, because it's weird. Like through Maryland Police or through Maryland State Police, you can be an HQIC, handgun qualified instructor qualification or certificate. So because I'm a police instructor, like I guess certified HQIC. Yeah, so I'm certified, right? It doesn't matter if you were like an NRA instructor and you came over, you're just titled a little different.
Yeah.
It's the same. I don't know why they have the two levels, because it doesn't mean anything. They can do the same thing I can do. I can do the same thing they can do. Right. Anyway, so I already had that. So the shall carry thing came out for Maryland, and Jordan's like, dude, we need to jump on this. Like, this is a business opportunity. You already got your HQIC. We'll go into business together. You can do the instructing, you know, blah, 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 blah. We'll work together. I was like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Jordan's one of my best friends. Known him a long time. We went to the basic SWAT together. We've been down to Blackwater together, like been through some shit together. Like, I was like, great, we can do it. I said, dude, I don't know the first thing about being a businessman. Like, I don't know. He's like, don't worry about it. I've done some LLCs before.
Yeah.
You know, he had, he's a drone pilot.
Oh, okay,
so he had like a small business doing some of that. Like, some of our cop buddies are realtors. So he did some drone stuff for them, whatever. He's like, dude, I got it. I'll get us the website, you know, blah, 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 blah. I was like, all right, cool. You're the admin and I'm the instructor. let's make it happen.
That works.
Right? So we got doing some research on it and trying to figure out, like, so Maryland police, they give you like your requirements of what's have to be like a 16-hour course, has to a qualification. They put all the stuff out there. I'm like, okay, well, we got to build this course or whatever. So I started building the PowerPoints, and we came across of USCCA, and they put on a USCCA concealed carry instructor course. I'm like, well, okay, let's check this out. Yeah. So we both paid for it. We went to it, and what we didn't know was that when you become an instructor with them, they give you everything to teach it. Like, they build everything.
You get all the material already, yeah.
They give you everything.
Yeah.
All you got to do is just continue to teach at least 20 people a year to keep your certification with them, and you pay your yearly subscription to be an instructor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude,
that's half the work going for you.
We ain't got to reinvent anything, man. We'll just go to this class, submit it, and then once you submit the class, whatever, they send you like basically an instructor packet with everything. And they're like, dude, it's great organization. They will even, there's even classes on there for instructors on how to like build your website, marketing, all this other stuff, right? Like, you can basically host a class, like put in there when your class is, whatever, right? Yeah. And it's really easy, like location, what you're going to teach, how many, like you open up to how many students, whatever, and when your dates, you hit it, and it posts it on their website for you. So anybody that's looking for a class can go to that website. Yeah. Now, it only does it on the website, but it'll put it out there too. Like, if anybody searches like something in the area, it puts it out there. They can pay through the website, or you can have them pay when they get on scene or whatever. Right? Yeah. And it's all built in. I'm like, well, damn, dude. So we did it. Yeah. And it was a good weekend long course we went to. We had we went to the closest one was like up in Virginia somewhere. Yeah. And instructors were really good, really knowledgeable. They were not police instructors, but they were like, had all these certifications, NRA, USCCA, been around guns. They knew what they were talking about, like really good instructors. So when it came to like, you had to do like basically just like what you do like a regular instructor as a police officer, right? You had to get up and give a class and stuff like that, right? So when we did it, dude, it was like really simple. They're like, yeah, you guys are good. Like, cause we were both already
instructors.
Yeah, instructors, right? Yeah. And I was already a firearms instructor, right? And just like at any beginning of the class, they ask you who you are, what your background is. And you're like, you don't want to say you're an instructor because you don't I'm a police instructor. They're like, oh, okay. I was like, well, stay with us. Like, try to. I was like, look, hey, when in a room, I'll do what the room is do. Like,
I'm here to learn.
Yep. Yeah. And when it came to like, we went to the range to qualify. They're like, all right, practice as long as you want to practice, and then let us know when there's a qualification, right? So me and Jordan were like,
we're ready.
We'll go ahead and qualify now. Yeah. And they're like, okay. So they like stood over our shoulder while they're watching everybody else. He shot, I shot, and they're like, yeah, you're good. Now, can you help everybody else? Like, you want us to like grade? Like, yes. Yep. Yeah, like, yes.
That's funny.
I was like, okay, cool. So, yeah, we got that. So we've been doing it. And our first class we had to get our kinks out, we hosted a family and friends and did it for free for them. We did it at Jordan's house. He has got a garage, which...
classroom setting there.
Yeah, like a classroom setting. We did it all in there. We actually used like his backyard as a range portion of it, just trying to like getting kinks worked out. But now we rent a space for the range.
Yeah.
It's a farm. It's inside of a chicken house.
Yeah.
And we basically rent, when we have a class, how many students we have, it's by the person. So it's not like a yearly lease or a monthly
it's when you
lease.
use it.
It's when we use it, right? We carry the insurance for us that goes with us or whatever.
nice.
Like, great relationship with them. They end up putting the berm in it because
dude.
my next door neighbor's dad owns the farm, right? And
they hooked you up.
he hooked us up. Like, we have free access or, access to this place all the time whenever we need it. I just send them a courtesy text, say, hey, we're going to be out there shooting. And then when we're done, like, hey, we'll drop the money off, either pay cash or check, whatever, If, it all depends. If you're going to pay me cash for the course, whatever, if we get enough cash, we'll just give them cash.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And if we have to, we'll write a check or whatever too.
Yeah.
But, I've been doing that for a while. Now, we predominantly do the concealed carry course and the recertification course. We have done a few basic pistol courses, but everything's a la carte.
Yeah.
So like the CCW course, the concealed carry course, and the recert is pretty regimented, right? It has to meet Maryland Police Training Commission or the Maryland State Police requirements. So it's regimented what we have to do. We add to it though. We do a lot more shooting, hands-on stuff with a gun that's required. Like it's not required for me to show you different magazine changes or malfunction drills.
Yeah.
We throw that in. We do slow fire drills. So to help the shooter know how to shoot a little bit better. It's a mini shooting class.
Yeah, get away
course.
from trigger pull and stuff like
right.
that. Yeah.
But it's to show them like, hey, you see how you're shooting? Yep. Okay, well, this is what you're doing wrong. This is what you need to work on. And then we give them some drills for that, right? So we go a little bit above and beyond. We're also certified through Delaware.
Oh, okay.
So I got, because we're USCCA instructors and we're both now Maryland Police Training Commission instructors. Jordan ended up going to get his. And so with that, we just provide that to Delaware. I had to provide them with a lesson plan.
Yeah.
It's a very vague lesson plan. They don't really care like how much we shoot.
They just want to know what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
And then for state of Delaware, you have to shoot a minimum of 100 rounds to go through the course. There's not a qualification.
Yeah, you just got to shoot the rounds.
Maryland is a qualification. There's not a minimum round count except for the qualification. Delaware is no qualification, but you got to shoot at least 100 rounds.
Yeah.
So we do about, with the Maryland qualification and our shooting, we do about 60 to 80 rounds.
Yeah.
Depending on how many people we've got and how proficient some people are.
But there's a qualification you have to meet. Yeah.
But there's a qualification, yeah.
Yeah.
So when we have a Delaware guy coming through or girl coming through, we know that we got to shoot them a little. They have to shoot a little bit more. Mm-hmm. So we'll make sure we keep like a round count for them. So if you're coming over from Delaware, okay, I know TJ is trying to get his Delaware thing. I need to give him a certificate through Delaware. So I need to make sure that he shoots 100 rounds. So like we know how many rounds we shoot during the drills, during the qual, because I'll make you do a qual anyway.
Yeah.
Because that way you can get your Maryland and you can get your Delaware.
Yeah, why not?
Also, we do Arizona. Like the Maryland stuff that we do and the
Covers
Delaware
other
stuff we do
states.
covers Arizona.
Yeah.
We just give them a certificate with the Arizona. They actually have like a course number that USCCA they've gotten through USCCA. But I just keep around. We just keep a round count to make sure that you're hitting a minimum of 100 rounds.
Yeah.
You'll probably do like 120 rounds. 100. Math is hard, so I do even numbers. So. And it's normally like I get everybody else through, and then Delaware guys or Delaware students will stay for a little bit more, and they'll probably shoot about 20 more rounds, depending on how proficient they are. If they're having problems with certain things, well, I kind of work on them until they feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And then they get their stuff from us, and they do the application. But if you wanted to take a pistol course from us, and you're like, hey, I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 people that want to do this course with me, how much is it going to be? How long is it going to be? I'm like, well, what do you want to do? Like a la carte, like,
Yeah.
Like, do you want to do basic? Are you more advanced? You know, because as you know, like, you can't run before you walk. So if I have this like advanced course all set up and you're like a novice to it and I'm trying to do all this stuff and you're like,
it's not good.
Well, we're never going to get to this level because I'm still working on this, right?
Yeah.
So if I know that it's like, hey, I just want a basics. All right. So I'm going to build off of that. And then as the class goes.
So people can call you and tell you what they want.
Right.
And you can build it up for them.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
That's good. You guys have been doing that for a couple of years now, I mean.
Yeah, I think we're going on our 4th year.
Yeah, it's been a while.
3rd or 4th year. Yeah.
We'll put all that stuff up down in the with the podcast information. If people were interested, get a class, put the link up, website, and all that stuff.
Yeah, we got Instagram, Facebook, and website.
Yeah, we'll put that all up there, man. Dude, I appreciate you coming on. Covered a lot of ground there, I feel like.
Yeah.
I think we covered a lot more than I was expecting, to be honest with you. That's good.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. Good.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
I think I need a drink.
I need to take a piss.